Hello. Is this working? Okay, good. It should be working now. I'm so sorry that I had to change it last minute. I was trying to broadcast in double wide resolution because normally I record my videos in double wide. Therefore, I can edit it better all in one video file. So I don't have to have two separate video files and an audio file, which is how I used to do it. I had like my webcam, the desktop recording, and then an audio file that I would record separately, and then I would sync it all with a clap or something like that. But now when I record, or how I've been recording for the past 2 years, is I record it all in one video. So I tried to live stream like that, and it completely broke everything on YouTube. Like, the entire thing was so broken that I couldn't go back. So YouTube was not ready for that idea. It was like, it didn't not work. It just wasn't good. Do you know what I mean? So if you got if you know anybody that is confused about where the new stream is, tell them to either come to this link, who's a sponsor, of course. Tell them to go to this link or check back on the community page. The old video should be down. It shouldn't show. And then this one should be in a new post and a link in that post as well. So I was experimenting. I said it was going to be an experimental morning stream. And it was very much so an experimental morning stream. My mic sounds different. Does it sound different? I'm lagging? Oh no. Is there something else wrong? Oh, if there's something else wrong, I'm going to be so mad. My interface has been giving me trouble lately. For some reason, I don't know why, but it's just been giving me a little bit of issues. No? Sounds good? Sounds fine? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, it was giving me issues last night. That's why I couldn't, I was trying to stream on Twitch, and Amy's mic was just completely broken. I got to get a replacement for that. I don't know why. It's not like it got hit or anything. And I was just singing praises to Rode earlier, and now that mic is broken. Okay, so it doesn't sound different, not lagging. Okay, good. No noise or nothing like that. Yeah, so welcome to the stream. I'm very glad that people got notifications for this. I'm also very sad that people apparently there's going to be some people that are lost and like, I don't know where the stream is. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm sorry, I couldn't stream on the last one because when I tried to change the resolution back, it basically made the stream this big on the entire. It was just surrounded by black and the stream was this big. I have no idea why or how that happened, but it just like that's what the result was from that. So that's what I have to deal with. But what I'm gonna do is basically use this as a morning stream to kind of talk with you guys and go through the shit that I would normally do in the morning and basically just use it as an excuse to get a big hangout session, warm up my voice, talk with you guys, and go through the wantings of the day. So if you're expecting like super amazing content out of this one, it's not going to be that. That's not what I wanted out of this morning stream. I just wanted to talk with you guys and make this kind of something that we could just kind of hang out with as I make thumbnails. I like try to do some social media stuff. I try to like maybe even edit videos and whatnot, but I just wanted to get something where I had a routine because I've been getting into a better routine myself with exercise and getting up at the right time and moving forward, like trying to adapt my life to just a better routine in general. I always like it better when I'm living in a routine. So I get up at 6:30 in the morning now, and I like that. I like being up in the morning. I try to go out for a run and go to the gym first thing in the morning, and that's a very difficult thing to do. I read this weird advice thing, like, you know, the life hack bullshit. It's like you can't hack your life, but these are just tips and tricks. I hate that it's called life hacks, but there was one of them that was like, if you want to get out of bed in the morning, what you need to do is when your alarm goes off, sit up out of bed and pump your fist in the air and go, yeah! And then you'll wake up and want to go out of bed. So I tried it this morning, and oddly enough, it worked. And I don't know why, but it actually worked because I think it ties into something that my dad always did to try to get out of bed in the morning. He would tell me all the time that if you want to get out of the bed and you're like tired and you want to get out of bed, you don't have to get out of bed right away, but just put your feet on the floor. Like, just put your feet on the floor, flat on the floor. You can be laying horizontal, but so long as your feet are on the floor, your body will naturally start to wake up and you'll be like, I'm getting out of here. But the whole fist pump thing, it's like a psychological thing to, like, your alarm goes off and it's psychosomatic. You're like, yes, it's time to wake up and attack the day. It's like, you don't have to be happy about it, but just like the action of doing it and the willpower to execute something that's not necessarily getting out of bed is something that can get you down the road to getting out of bed. So yeah, there's that. So I tried that, but I haven't been doing that the past week or so that I've been getting up at 6:30. But I've been getting up at 6:30 and I've just been going out for a run and going for the gym and trying to get in shape again. Not that I've been out of shape, but I'm not in the shape that I would like to be. So I want to get out and try to work out. And it's been nice. This morning was really, really nice because I've never really been a runner. I am not a runner. I hate running. Running is the devil. Like, I absolutely abhor running in any way, shape, or form. But this morning I went out and I was listening to a playlist because there's a lot of on Spotify there's a lot of workout playlists and stuff like that. But this morning I was listening to this playlist that's not followed by a ton of people. It's 46,000 people, so a lot of people, but not compared to the main workout Beast Mode, which is 4 million followers, and it's mostly like hip hop, rap, extremely high energy stuff. But there was this one, it's called Runner's Club, 160 BPM, and it started out with and I just started running. And I got in such a happy mood. I was so happy. And I was like, it was literally, I've never gotten out of bed at 6:30 in the morning, put on shorts and shoes and ran and was happy about it. But it started out with Take On Me, and I was just like, ba 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 ba. I was going down the street, just dancing in the street because I was so fucking happy. I don't know what it was, but today was just a good morning. And then the next song was even better. And you can't run sad to this song. You can't do it. So I was passing all the old people who were walking their dogs in the morning. I was like, hey, how's it going? I was a big smile on my face as I was running. I was like, fuck, I hate running, but goddamn, I'm happy. It was such a nice thing. So if you want to find that playlist and you run, because all the other playlists for working out are these super EDM, rap, stuff like that. And not knocking those songs, but just sometimes when I want to work out, I want to be in a good mood. I just want to do this. So go to that playlist. It's got a lot of good songs. And then they've also got, if you don't recognize this one right away, but it's in the same playlist. This playlist is the best. Because I didn't even realize it. All of these songs are 160 beats per minute, which is about the pace that you want to be at when you're running. She's a maniac on the... Wait, hang on. She's a maniac on the floor. Oh, sorry, I was rushing. Anyway, it's just a super fun playlist. And so it made getting out of bed a fun experience. It just, for the first time, I got out of bed and I went to work out and I was just I am having a great time. And I ran about 2 miles and some change. I don't remember exactly how long I ran. I could probably look. I have the watch so I can track that shit. Let me look up. I don't have my watch on me. I took it off when I showered. Where does it say? Is it in health stuff like that? In health? Yeah. Runner's Club, 160 BPM is the playlist. It is a great playlist. And it's just super fun. It made it great. And I liked it. What did I do today? I ran 2.7 miles. So I hate running, but that run was the most fun that I had. I try to alternate lifting days, running, and doing stuff. And it was It was send the link. I don't know. It's on my phone. I don't know how to do that. Like it was really cool. The most I've ever run consecutively is like 4 miles in a row, and that was hell. And that was back when I was in good shape. After I'd done like a bunch of insanity workouts, like I could run a surprisingly good distance. And so, but I hate running. Like my body is not made for running. I'm very like stocky. I have a lot of muscle mass that's just baseline muscle mass, and that's like I always say this, and people never believe me. I don't bodybuild to keep up this physique. This physique, thankfully, by a sick twist of genetics, this is my natural muscles, and so I have muscles. And what's a problem with that is I'm very heavy for my size. Like I'm 180 pounds normally, and I'm just a hair under 5'10". So it's like I have a lot of weight on me. So trying to run with that or trying to like do any endurance activity with that is difficult. If I get out of shape because I have muscle, I can hurt myself very easily, because if I have this muscle and if I pull something and my muscles are out of shape and I haven't been working out, I can injure myself pretty easily, because it's just this like slam of unused muscle that was suddenly like, we're doing something, and then it just rips and tears, and I'm like, fuck, my shoulder gets hurt all the time and my back hurts all the time. But that's just because I don't keep up with my health. So I'm trying to get in better shape so that I don't hurt myself. Rock climbing, like I wanted to rock climb so much, but I was so fucking heavy, like I couldn't climb the wall. Like I was just like, man, it was just like a pain in the ass. Like, but it's like a give and take, because I would rather have like this and have to work to keep it up, versus not having it and having to bodybuild to get to this point. So I don't consider myself unlucky for what I have. It's just like the reason I hate running is because it comes down to this cavalcade of just like, it's not pleasant. But today was really pleasant, like really pleasant. That playlist really got me in a good mood today. And that was not what I wanted to talk about today. And yesterday, like I had a really good conversation. I was talking on Twitch. Some of you might have been there, but I was talking on Twitch, oddly enough, about pain. And I'll ask you, what is the worst pain that you've ever been in your life? Like honestly ask yourself, what is the worst pain that you've ever been in your life? Because for me, the worst pain I've ever been in was after my surgery. And I was talking about it on stream, and I'll probably make a vlog about this like later. Yeah, childbirth, definitely incredible pain, like smashing your head open, physical, emotional, like all pain. And it got me like thinking about like responses to pain is one of the biggest like motivators in my life. A lot of people think I'm a masochist, and I'm not. And another reason I want to do these streams is because it helps me collect my thoughts for vlogs and stuff. Broken arm. Either physical, it doesn't matter. Internal bleeding to the head, depression, like period cramps. Yeah. So like everyone's been through pain, like of some degree, some level. Like no one has had the worst pain, because there's always someone that, like the people in the medieval ages when they've been in the Iron Maiden for 30 days, or the cow thing where they get boiled alive. You know, those things probably worse pain, boiled in oil and stuff like that. But like everyone's been through some bad pain. And I was telling the story about like how the worst physical pain I've ever been in my life was after my surgery to get my tumor removed, because it was a horror show from like start to finish. As soon as I woke up out of anesthesia, I was like groggy, and I was like, can someone like sit me out of bed? Like I was having trouble swallowing because I had a central line down my nose into my stomach that was supposed to like keep me from vomiting, keep my stomach empty and whatnot. And so I was like, can someone sit up my bed? And as soon as my bed got like a few degrees up, I was like, I'm going to vomit, stop. And then I was like heaving, vomiting. And the problem with that is because I had a 6-inch incision down my abdomen, like right down the middle of my abdomen. And it like vomiting clenches those muscles, so it was like, and then like I was trying to vomit, but I couldn't vomit because I had a tube sucking all the vomit out of me. So I was like, nurse, I'm throwing up, and she's like, no, you're not throwing up. You have a tube. You can't throw up. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm throwing up. And I was like trying to throw up, and it was so that was miserable. And then to manage my pain, they had me in an epidural. And an epidural is like just it's the thing that they give a lot of people during childbirth, a lot of women during childbirth, and it helps just numb everything from the spinal column that it's inserted to down. So it's what an epidural is. It's a tap directly into your spinal column at a certain vertebra that injects painkiller and anesthesia directly into your spinal column. So it makes everything from that point down numb. So you can't feel a lot of it. So I had an epidural to manage that pain, but it was like, it wasn't enough, number one, right off the bat. And then number two, it was making my legs numb, so I couldn't walk. And that was a big problem. So I couldn't move at all because they wanted me to try to like, get moving and whatnot. But so I was like, this is weird, but I'll deal with it. I was going to be bedridden for like 2 weeks anyway in the hospital. And so I basically, the nurse and the doctors were like, we'll change this up. Like, we want you to like be able to walk and stuff. Cause I had a catheter in, so I didn't need to go to the bathroom or anything, but like I had to do other things that a catheter couldn't take care of. So like needed to poop and couldn't poop. Didn't have a bag for that or anything. But, so I was, so they changed my pain medication in the epidural to something different because it's just like a big bag in a machine that slowly injects it over time. So they were going to change it so it increased the painkiller and decreased the anesthesia, but there was a mistake in the pharmacy, and they decreased the anesthesia and decreased the painkiller. So when they brought me the new bag, I was on no numbing agent and no painkiller. It was like basically a saline drip into my spine. And that wasn't good. I mean, it was perfectly fine to have saline into your spine. Like, that's not the problem. The problem was I was on no painkiller. And so I started telling the doctors that I was in a lot of pain, like a lot of pain. And nurses and doctors would keep coming in, and they would look at the machine and they'd be like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Look, it's fine. You've got no problems with it. It's totally fine. It's giving you medicine. It's giving you medicine at the rate that we want it to give you. And there's no issues with it. So what it came down to was I started more and more just being like, docs, nurse, I am in incredible, unbelievable pain. I have just a huge gash in my abdomen that's not being medicated at all. It's like I got stabbed with a 6-inch sword. It really fucking hurts. And no one would believe me. No one, not like the nurses that I was with, they kind of believed me. They kept going to the doctors, but the doctors did not believe me. And it got to the worst point where a doctor actually came in the room. He was obviously pissed off and just like, duh, this guy's just trying to get more pain medication. And he comes in and I'm lying in the bed, I'm just in agony. And he comes up to me and he just grabs, like full on grabs with his hand into my incision. My incision is from here to here. Like that line, that's the incision. And he just grabs around it and he starts feeling for bleeding because he's like, maybe there's bleeding, and he's feeling around. And he just grabs onto it and I just start screaming. Like just screaming in agony because it is the most painful thing. And he gives me the most like derogatory look I've ever seen. And I'm just like, I'm weeping tears. It is just the most agonizing thing. Like imagine if you were like had a 6-inch stab wound and someone grabbed it like and just moved it around a whole bunch. That's what that was. And so that was about evening of they gave me the new medicine in the morning, and then that was evening. So this was like around 6 o'clock. So after that, the doctor, he didn't do it out of maliciousness. No, he did it because he was checking for bleeding, obviously. So he was grabbing to feel as if the incision was out, like he was palpating just to see if there was something wrong with it. And he might have been doing it aggressively, but then again, anything that he would have done would have been incredibly painful. So maybe I'm blowing up out of my mind, but this is what I remember. And so afterwards, he left the room. He ordered that I needed to have Valium because he didn't want to give me more painkillers, but he wanted to give me Valium to like relax me and put me to sleep and just like knock me out. So for those of you who know, when I was doing drunk Minecraft, sometimes when I would get drunk and my face would flush like with blood, I would get this splotchy mark on my neck, like right here. And that's because that's a scar. When they gave me Valium, they wanted me to knock me out, but I also had a central line in my neck, an arterial line in my neck. And what that is it's a line that ties in directly to your artery, so it can measure your heart rate more more directly. It gets an extremely accurate way of measuring like blood pressure and like heart rate and probably other things that I don't know about. But when I was on Valium, and I don't remember doing this at all, I was so out of it that I dug into my neck. I literally clawed and pulled and scratched and scraped my neck until I pulled the central line out of my neck. And so I started bleeding incredibly, and then they rushed in, they fixed me. I don't remember any of this, by the way. I don't remember a thing of this. I don't remember doing it. I don't remember feeling it. I don't remember hurting. All I remember is that like when I finally came to, I had a huge like splotchy mark on my neck, and they were mad at me because I wasn't supposed to do that. So around that time, like I was off the I faded out of the Valium. Ooh, shit. Yeah. Hang on. I was off the Valium, and it was like 3 or something in the morning. It was like 3 or something in the morning, and I was at my wit's end because it had been almost 24 hours that I was in incredible pain. The Valium wore off. I was in pain again. And it was just like this never-ending nightmare of pain. No one believed me. I was in the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, and no one believed me, which like my family were like berating the doctor. My mom, you guys have seen my mom. My mom was so mad. Like because she was a nurse. Like she's a nurse and she knows this shit. So she's just like constantly just like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, something's wrong, please, please, please. So it was like 4 a.m, and this nurse came in, and I called the nurse again because the Valium wore off, and I was just like, please, I'm in so much pain. Like I was crying tears. I was begging. I had nothing left. I just wanted something, some reprieve, someone to believe me. And I was crying, and I remember I looked over to her, and I said to her, I don't want to die. Like, I think I'm going to die. I think I'm dying. Like, this feels like I'm dying. And, I remember, like, I was crying. And even this nurse was broken up about this. Like, this nurse was literally crying. And it's just because the doctors didn't want to give me anything else. And it wasn't until around morning when the shifts changed and a new doctor came in that the pharmacy realized that there was a mistake. The pharmacy said, like a doctor actually checked the prescription itself with the pharmacy, and the pharmacy was like, oh, we dropped the anesthesia and the painkiller, because I think it was when they were going to get a new bag. Like they were going to get a new bag of medicine, and it was supposed to be changed out. And then they were like, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. And so after that, it was an immediate shift in tone, like work ethic, everything changed after that. Just to put it in perspective of how drastically it changed, they skipped out, they completely forgot about the epidural, and they just went straight to giving me Dilaudid. Now, Dilaudid is also known as hydromorphone. It is a substance, a derivative of morphine that is 10 times stronger than morphine. And they gave me Dilaudid every hour on the hour to manage my pain. That is how much painkiller I needed. And that's how much painkiller I would have gone without. And it was better after that. It was better after that. Yeah, it was much better after that. Being on Dilaudid was very, very, very much better. And so it was, from then on, it was like this weird fugue state of being like, I was just through hell for 24 hours. I was through hell, and I was in this weird moment where I realized that was rock bottom. Like that was rock bottom. Every hour on the hour, every hour on the hour, every hour on the hour. But yeah, that was rock bottom for me. And so when I had that realization that was rock bottom, it was kind of freeing. Like, it was kind of freeing in a way where I realized, like, I had been through pain, unbelievable pain that I'd never experienced before in my entire existence, and yet I was still there. And I was fine, and I was going to be fine. Like, I was through it and I was gonna be fine. And like, I know that a lot of people are like, you should have sued, or my mom, my friends, my family, they were like, you should have sued, and I just didn't want to be that, you know. Like, it's not like I could have, and I had every legitimate reason to do that, but even then, I was just like, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to be the defining thing about my life. I don't want that to be my takeaway from it. I didn't want anger and revenge to be my takeaway from that pained experience. I didn't want to go down the road that would lead me to a huge legal battle, like, because pain is subjective, and like they'd have to prove it and I'd have to prove it and I'd be in court, and like I didn't want that. Like, I didn't want anger to be any part of my recovery. I wanted to go out of that stronger. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't really like, I mean, it was obviously someone made a mistake, and it was someone's fault, and like they could have done better. But at the end of it all, like, it was not, like, it's not something that I wanted to blame anyone about. I didn't want to blame myself. I didn't want to blame any of the doctors. Like, I didn't want to place fault on it. That wasn't my priority. My priority was, after that, I had this like clear intention that I needed to do something with my life. I needed to make myself better. I needed to take control in some way, shape, or form, because I knew that life was always going to throw me curveballs and always going to knock me down and always going to put me through pain. And I probably was going to be in more pain at some point in my life that was even worse. And like, there have been many people that have been through worse pain than that. And I have to keep that in perspective to the goals that I have to try to improve myself, because I only have control over my own life. And even that is up to debate. Like, it's something where I saw potential roads of where I could have been. I saw different paths that my life could have taken, and I saw different ways that I could have lived my life. And I chose the one that allowed me to feel proud of who I was as a person, that led me to the road where I could believe that I had some semblance of control of my own destiny. Like, forgetting the things that aren't in my control, not worrying about the things that happened in the past that knocked me down, and moving forward and always keeping my eyes on the horizon to know that I can improve myself until eventually I die. And that was a very freeing realization for me, and it was very nice, actually. And it wasn't easy. Like, the weeks after that, I recovered it was like a month-long recovery before I was even remotely able to live and do things. And even like, they sent me home with Dilaudid and like huge pain medications and stuff like that. And it was very freeing. Because I've been through pain before. I've been through a lot of pain before. I like, as a kid, you guys probably know, I had a jumping off the top of the stairs contest with my brother, and I cracked my head open, my thick skull. I cracked my head open, and it split and bled so much that it filled like a whole bath towel with blood. My dad was like, "You're dying," and I'm like, "Oh, no, I can't, feel woozy." Like, it was one of those situations. But I don't remember that being overly painful. I just got stitches, and I remember being in the doctor's office, and my dad told me about this. I put the like, they had this little like gown thing, but it had like a front bib, so I turned it around and I wore it as a cape, and I was just like, I'm a superhero. Like, it was just, I was 8 years old at the time, but I was on the doctor's table. I was like, I'm a superhero, Dad. And like, he really remembered that very fondly about me, and he was just like, man, he's pretty tough. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty tough. And so like, I don't take away anything negative about that experience, or I don't even remember me as a kid taking anything negative from that experience. And like, when I broke my arm later on, I was about maybe 13 or 12 at the time. Maybe I was a little younger, like 12 or 11. I think 11. Let's say 11. I broke my arm. I was with my brother, and we were playing a how far out the monkey bars can you jump contest. And I was going to win, but I went out too far and I fell. And so I broke my arm, and I broke both bones in this arm. And it was like a stair step. Like, my arm went here, and then my hand was up here. So it was just this weird like thing. So I remember getting up from the ground, and I don't remember being in a lot of pain. I remember it hurt. Obviously, I was like, something's wrong with my arm. And so I don't even know why I did it, but my first instinct was just to like, that's not right. I know what it's supposed to look like, so I'm gonna fix it. So I grabbed the broken bone and I and I set it back into place. And then it started hurting. That's when it started hurting. So I was like, oh, Thomas, it hurts real bad. It hurts real bad. So like that's when it hurt. It was like that sickening pain where you feel like you're gonna vomit. Like it was like that was the earliest moment in my life when I was like, that fucking hurt real bad. So I just go sit on the slide, and we were playing with these other two kids in the neighborhood, and it was just like they were like, we gotta go, like because we just met them at the playground, and they were like, we gotta go, we gotta get out of here. And so it was apparently I did a good job, because after that, like my dad took me to the hospital, and the doctor said, hey, you did a pretty good job. You almost got it perfect. You almost got it right. It's just a little off. Here, I'll fix that for you. And then he immediately broke my arm again to reset it back into place. And I went, why didn't I do it perfect? And that's why I'm a perfectionist. And so like that, but I don't remember any negative takeaways about that. Like I remember afterwards, we went back home. It was when we were living in a very small place, a downsize from our childhood home. Because my mom and dad got divorced, and we had to move. Obviously, we couldn't like finance the house anymore, and so we moved into this small town home. It wasn't bad in any way, shape, or form. But I remember going there. It was one of the first times we were there. It was like within the first month or two, and I was in my bed, and like the doctor wrote us a prescription, but most pharmacies were closed. Like there wasn't really a 24-hour pharmacy in the area. And like I told my dad that I was like, I'm fine. You don't have to go. I can wait until morning. Like I can sleep for this. You don't have to get painkillers. And he was like, are you sure? Like I will go get them if you feel like it's fine. Like then yeah, you can do that. Uh-oh, audio lag. Oh, why? Oh no, what happened? It's lagging. Uh-oh. Wah 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Is that helping? Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah. Wah, wah. Does it fix it? Does it fix it? Wah, wah. Wah, wah. Fixie, fixie, fixie. Fixie, fixie, fixie. Okay, all right, all good? All good? No lag anymore? Yeah. Okay. It might be. I don't know. It could be mine. I'm not seeing any issues on my end, but I can wait until it's better. Define helping. Yeah. Oh yeah. Where was I? Okay. So yeah, we were back home, and my dad was like, "Are you sure you don't want me to go out? Because I will go out and get those." And I was like, "I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine." And I went to bed, and I remember that I was lying in bed, and I remember like I was in pain, obviously, because they put a cast, had a cast on, and it was just like it fucking hurt, and like it was super bad, and it was just like, it fucking hurts. And so I think what happened was my dad was like, "Are you sure?" And like he sent, I went to bed, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And I closed the door, and I went to bed, and I'm pretty sure I was probably crying in my bed because like it hurt, obviously, and I was crying in my bed, and then my dad just like opened up the door, and I was like, it must have been like 10 seconds from when he closed it. I closed the door on him because he was like, "Are you sure you don't want me to get painkillers?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I want painkillers." Like, just like I remember very, very sadly going like, "Yeah, no, I want them." And just like then my dad just went out and got like he drove like 40 some minutes away to a pharmacy, and I just remember the 2 hours until he got back. I was just like, it's never gonna end. Agony, unbelievable agony. Like, oh, it's the worst thing. And then he came back, and like I think they gave me like, I don't know, like something like Vicodin or something like that. And it was just like, as a kid, I've never had anything like that before. So it was my first experience with painkillers, and I was like, okay, it's better now. Like, just like, I'm very sleepy, and then I just went to sleep. So that was my second experience with serious pain. The next experience with serious pain was, but also take away from that, like I don't remember any negative takeaways from it. I don't remember any negative takeaways at all from it. I remember being frustrated because it was really hard to like sharpen my pencil with my arm like that because I can't turn the thing. I couldn't like get my books like out of the locker. But that kind of worked out well because some of my best friends in high school and school in general, they became my friends because they saw that I was having trouble with my broken arm, and they were like, let me help you with that. And it was like, oh, that's so nice. And then like I became friends with a lot of people. I think Drew Thiel was the first person that like really came up to me from that. And then I got into band because of that. And it was like, oh, that wasn't really so bad. I mean, even if it didn't lead to me gaining friends like that, like I don't think it would have been bad at all. Like not at all. I had lockers. Did you not have lockers? Kids can be so genuine. I think that's the fascinating thing about kids. Like they are very genuine. They're very blunt in their thoughts. They don't have any social cues to withhold information because they're worried about how it's going to be interpreted. And that's kind of a freeing thing. Like kids are either like, that kid needs help, make fun of him, or help him because what else? He can't do it, so this loser can't carry his books, so I'll help him. Like it's something very nice about that, and something very horrible about that. But you know that just is the reality of it. And you had never had lockers? What? Really? No. Where did you put your shit? You didn't have lockers? Schools in England don't have lockers. Why? Where do you put your shit? Do you just carry your bag with you the whole time? I mean, I guess that would make sense. I don't know. Yeah, you carry it? Oh man, that sucks. All of your books for all of your subjects. Man, I did that for 1 year. I remember I would carry all my books, I gotta get to class, guys. Because that was a funny thing we were talking about yesterday. Because I had a very, very, very quick growth spurt. So I was talking earlier about like how I'm naturally muscular. Well, I wasn't that before puberty. Like when I was in 7th grade, I was just starting puberty, and like I was just getting like the growth spurts and stuff like that were happening, and so like it was just the beginning phase. But like when I did wrestling in 7th grade, and I remember like I wasn't exactly good at it. Like I was slightly pudgier, like I had some extra weight, I wasn't exactly like muscular, like I didn't have anything on me that basically suggested that I would be good at any sort of physical activity. And so I remember like my first wrestling match, actually, I remember I lost it very badly. Like I was pinned within the first like 10 seconds. It was over so quickly, like I had no idea what happened. It was kind of like a blur. I was just like up there, I was so scared, and I was just like, oh, I'm on my back now. Okay. And then like it was that. But in between those years, like from 7th grade to 8th grade was when my muscles came in, and it was night and day shift between 7th and 8th grade. So like 7th grade, losing all these like wrestling matches, and it's not like I became an infinitely better wrestler, but it's amazing what a couple dozen pounds of muscle will do to you. I went from that to going back into wrestling in 8th grade, and then suddenly I was winning every Ironman competition. I was super athletic. Like it was this really cool thing where I was able to do all this stuff, but then it was really not cool because then people expected shit out of me, and I didn't like that. Like I didn't like that people because back when I was just losing, it was like, okay, I'm a loser. I get it. I'm a loser. But then it was like I had the potential to be good, and I'm like, I don't want to do the work to be good. I don't want that potential. I don't want it. I'm just backing out, and that's why I quit wrestling in freshman year because I was like, I don't want to do it. It's a lot of work. It's very sweaty in that room. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't like just. It's just I don't want it. So I remember it was a drastic change for me. But then like all of high school was just just this weird time, this unbelievable time period where I was just like very angry, very like emotional, very like hormonal, very like all over the place, and it's just like it's fine. Like it's just super weird. Yeah, expectations can really suck. Like when people expect stuff a lot out of you, like it can really like run people down, and especially like in the state that I was in my early years. Like I got to this point where that would eat away at me. Like, especially in band. Like, band was one of the biggest places where it ate away at me. Because when I was starting out band, the first year in 5th grade, I was apparently very good at trumpet. And I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know. There was, like, I had no context to it. I didn't even know music. And so when it came to 6th grade, like, I was first chair in 6th grade. I don't even know if we had first chair. But, like, everyone was like, oh, yeah, you're really good at trumpet. I'm like, what? Like, it was just like, what? No, I'm not. I'm not good at trumpet. And so like I was very, very good for the first few years. Like my dad got me lessons, and like it was this moment where everyone was like, "Man, this kid's gonna be something in trumpet. Like he's really good." And like that expectation put so much pressure on me. Like it put so much pressure on me that I stopped practicing. Like I played trumpet all through high school, all the way to senior year, but I stopped practicing because I didn't like the expectation of failure. Like I didn't like that, and now I love it. But when I was there, it was like the expectation. It was too much on developing me. Like when I was trying to figure out who I was, and I had no idea where to start. The last thing I wanted was for people to force their ideas of who I should be on me. So it wasn't that I was bad. I was really, really good. When I was in sophomore year, I was second chair, because the guy, his name was Stu. He was just this really good trumpet player, like very, very well, like well trained. Like he was really good at trumpet, like wonderful trumpet player. And I was second chair to him. And then all the other band members were like, like all this other seniors and sophomores were like, fucking asshole, taking my little kid taking my chair. As like this fucking Asian kid, just like, of course the Asian kid's good at music. And I'm like, fucking what? What the fuck? I don't know. Like I was just crying. I was just like, I not really, but it was just like, I think STU, yeah, Stu, yeah, STU, and it was like, I didn't like the pressure. Like those expectations were probably detrimental to me because I just didn't want it. You know, it's why the sport I did was track and field, and you know, I tried sprinting and I tried hurdles. I did hurdles and sprinting in junior high, and it was the same thing. It was like, you could be really good at this. And I ran away from it because I didn't want that. Like, so I tried shot put and discus because it was like, it seems like it's a little easier. You know, there's not as much pressure. You know, it just seems like we're having fun throwing stuff. And like that was like the theme of my high school and junior high years. Pressure is good sometimes, and I'll get to why pressure is good. But pressure when you don't even know what you want, let alone what everybody else wants, that's not good. Like I believe that pressure is good in certain scenarios, especially like self-imposed pressure. That is very important because other people like to control the people around them, like to project like their own ambitions on the people around them, and I have that too. Like I project a lot of my ambitions onto you guys, and I project a lot of the things that I want to do onto you guys, and I project like a lot of the things that I want, because I push myself very hard, and I'm happy to do that, and I've come to the point in my life where I'm very happy to do that. But when I, you know, as a kid, when you're still finding yourself, like I only got to this point because of the trials and tribulations that I've been through, and even through my college years, like up until the point where I had that surgery that I told you about, the tumor removal surgery. When that was in 2011, I believe. December of 2011, I had the tumor removed. And before that, like, I was still not sure who I was. Even after that, I wasn't sure who I was. Like, I didn't really solidify myself as a person until maybe a couple years ago, like maybe a few years ago. Like, it was hard, very hard. And honestly, pain was a big motivator for it. Pain was a big, like, resolution for it. Pain was a good way of encapsulating it, but only because of my attitude that I took away from the pain. There's and this doesn't apply to everybody, of course. There's certain pains that, you know, you can't just like, I'm going to have a positive attitude about it. But it's not even like having a positive attitude about it. Like when it comes to pain, I wasn't happy that I had pain. Like when I burnt my hands, this was another point when I had a lot of pain. I was cooking chicken wings and I was heating up the pot with the oil in it, and I had my thermometer in there, and the thermometer broke, which was stupid because the thermometer was supposed to go up to like 800 degrees, so mercury got in the pot. So I'm like, fuck, I can't cook in this. Like mercury's in there, that'll kill me. So I stupidly drag the pot over to the sink, and I take the sink. I stupidly put it in the sink, and I'm like, I was gonna dump it, and I'm like, oh, I can't dump this down the drains. That'll be horrible. It's so hot. So I'll cool it down first. So I stupidly elbow up the faucet dump water straight into the 600-degree oil. It instantly flashes. The oil bubbles over, spills all over my hands, 2nd and 3rd degree burns all over my hands. You can't see the scars because I took real good care of it, but if it focuses right, come on, focus. Right there, you'll see just a little scarring there and stuff like that. But I had 2nd and 3rd degree burns on my hands. So yeah, lesson to the wise, don't put water on grease, don't put water in hot oil. That's not how you cool it. Especially like an oil fire, don't put water. It'll just cause a huge fireball. Watch the Mythbusters episode on that one. But I was stupid, wasn't thinking, just doing. And so I remember I ran, I must have dropped it, fell, and screamed because my brother was coming up running the stairs and he's like, what happened? And I remember like, I was sprinting to the bathroom with my hands like in front of my face and I was just like, ah! And then he was up the stairs like, what happened? And I remember running past him like Doppler effect and everything, just like, I burned my hands! And then just like, I was in the bathroom and I dunked my hands underwater. And it was so funny at first because I was just like, the adrenaline was like, ah! And I was like, oh, I'm fine. Like, and then like I had my hands under the water and I was just like, oh man, Thomas, I'm so stupid. Like I put water in oil and then the pain started coming and I was like, ooh. And then it was this weird like pulsating pain. It would come in like 5-second bursts and my hands would cramp up for 5 seconds and then release for 5 seconds. It was very rhythmic and very weird. Like, and that's when the pain would happen. Like it hurt like overall, but then it would be like, and it would be like that cycle. And so my brother drove me to the hospital and I was up at the emergency room waiting counter. I'm like, I'm in pain. I burnt my hands. And then they're like, please fill out this form. And I'm like, I can't write. I burnt my hands. And it's just like, please just go over, sit over there, burn the hands. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go stand outside because I want to walk around because I burnt my hands. It's just like, I was in so much agony. Like there were huge boils on my hand. Like my hand was like out to here with just this big boil and it's just like, and then finally some nurse like behind the in the triage unit, you know, the triage is like how they prioritize people and the nurse is like, get the fuck back there! Like, get back there! And so, like, I go back to the emergency room little rooms there, and they put me on a table, and then they make the stupid mistake of they put a blood pressure cuff on my arm, and that's bad when you have pain in your hand because the blood pressure cuff squeezes it, cuts off circulation, and forces blood down into the hand. So it was like, ah! 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 And like, it hurts real bad. This hurts, and this hurts. My hands, the hands that are burnt. And I'm like, it hurts real bad. And so they basically, it wasn't until an actual doctor came in that the doctor's like, ah! Like just like saw this on my arm, saw me in pain, saw the boys, and was like, shit. And then like they took it off and they put it on my leg, and I'm like, that's much better. But what about my hands? And the doctor's like, morphine immediately, and like immediately got me morphine. And was like, psh, this doctor was wonderful. Like this doctor was absolutely wonderful. It was a lady doctor. I forget her name. And then like she was just like, duh! I remember the panic on her face. I distinctly remember the panic because she's like, you know, she pulls the curtain back. You know, the emergency room was like, owie, my arm, or like, owie, oh, my stomach, or you know, occasionally if someone actually has a problem, they're rushed in on a gurney, blood everywhere, and they're sprinting in. So usually when they pull back the curtain, it's not like a situation. So she pulls back the curtain and it's just like, whoa! It just like comes at me and it's like, oh shit! Because I had to be ambulanced over to another hospital because the emergency room I went to didn't have a burn ward. So I went to the Cincinnati Children's Hospital for that burn, and I remember I got an ambulance ride over there, and it was just this fascinating experience where I'd never been in an ambulance before. I now had morphine, so I was fine, and so I was like, man, it's all good. Like, you know, I distinctly remember like even that pain was pretty up there. Like if anyone asked me on a 1 to 10 scale, that was a 10 pain. Like that was, if anyone asked me at the time, that was a 10 pain. I didn't know that I was gonna have more pain down my life, but I was like, that was a 10 pain, but every pain up until that point, I would gladly say I would do that again. Like I don't care. Like I would do that again, not voluntarily, but if I had to, Like, I know I could go through that again and I'd be fine. Like, even there, because I remember what happened was my mom finally got off work and she came over to the hospital at the other hospital, because I believe she was working as a nurse at the time, so she was nearby in the Cincinnati Children's Hospital, just in a different department. So she came over and she was like, brought me McDonald's. And I remember, like, I couldn't exactly hold it well, but I could hold it with like my rested on my thumbs and hold them with my pinkies, because I had bandages up all down my arm now. And I remember I was just watching TV and just munching on a burger, and I was like, this ain't so bad. I mean, really, like that was me. I was just, not so bad. Beep boop, nurse, more morphine, please. It's just like, but what sucked after that was they sent me home. Obviously, I had to go home. It's not like I needed to rest in the hospital. They kept me 2 days there just in case, because with burns, you never know. Like, you never know with burns, like the depth of the damage. It was real bad. Like, it was very minor 3rd degree burns, but not too considerable. So they sent me home. They sent me home with a big old batch of, like, a big tub of bacitracin, which is basically Neosporin. Like, it's a petroleum jelly based, like, antiseptic thing. So you open it up, and every day I had to change out my bandages twice a day. And they said it was very important that I change my bandages twice a day for the healing process, or else, like, it would be heavily scarred, disfigured, and stuff like that. And I was like, fuck that shit. I don't want disfigured hands, so I'm going to do this every fucking day. So I did. And that hurt like a bitch, because when you're healing from a burn wound, like, it's very important to keep it, like, clean, moist, and well bandaged. So, you don't want air getting in there. You don't want anything like that. So I would have to rip the bandages off, because the bandages would cling to the newly formed skin. So every single day, twice a day, I would have to rip the skin off of my entire palm on both hands, like this entire section down to here. There was some burns up here. I would have to rip the skin off with the bandage. And I would rip the bandage off and hope that the skin wouldn't rip with it, and it was like a 50-50 shot of whether it was or was not going to happen. So I'd rip it off. Hurt like a motherfucker. I had painkillers, obviously, but, it still hurt. I remember, like, 30 minutes before I had to do it, I would pop a painkiller and be like, and I would have to mentally psych myself up to get ready to do this. And I was just like, and then I would put the bacitracin on. I would, like, make sure it's really well rubbed in there. I would put one layer of the topical bandage, and then I would put the gauze over that, and I had these big mummy hands. I have a picture somewhere of it, but I don't remember where it is. One of my friends probably has it. Non-stick pads. Burn wound needs specific pads, apparently. I don't know. It's look, when you have a burn wound with newly healing thing, it's basically down to the bone, or not the bone, the muscle. It's basically it's bad. So you have to like do it. It wasn't down to the muscle. I don't want to say that, because that would be too extreme. It was down to the base layer of skin, like the absolute base layer of skin. And so every day, like, to get that, there's no avoiding it. There's no avoiding it. You put something on there, you put it with bacitracin. As it's growing, as it's healing, it will stick to the bandage no matter what. So it's just, yeah. I don't know where the picture is. I found my old phone back in Cincinnati last time I went, and I know there's pictures on it, but it wouldn't boot up even if I charged it. So I'm wondering if it's even recoverable. But I don't know. So I'll find that eventually. But yeah, so the takeaway from that is it took like 3 weeks to get that to fully heal. And when it was healed, it was still like bright pink. I thought I was going to have big pink scars on my hand like my whole life. And thankfully I didn't. I just got, like, you can barely see some discoloration here. Like in here, there's some discoloration. If I drink, like, you'll see this, like, the palms of my hand in here will light up like red because I flush, but I haven't drank in a while. So, yeah, it basically, no, even if I plugged it into a computer, it wouldn't work. It was an old, like, it was one of the first Android phones, not a Galaxy. It was one of the first ones. It was like what was it? I don't even remember. Before I had an iPhone, I had this. It was my first smartphone, and I hated it. It was awful. What was it? It doesn't matter. It's not important. But, yeah, my takeaway from that is, even though I went through that painful experience, like, I didn't, like, I don't know. It just never had any impact on me as a person and me as, like, a human being. It was another experience where I was like, that sucked, but I could do it again. Like, I could easily do it again. And it wasn't until I had my tumor removed and I had pain beyond the threshold that I knew I could tolerate. It was pain that forced me into a mindset of desperation, of just sheer panic, of not knowing if I was going to even survive it, like pain beyond pain for longer than I ever could have imagined myself tolerating. That I had this like realization that, I am very temporary. I am unbelievably temporary. All of us are exceptionally temporary. We have very little control of the forces around us. We have less control than we think we do. And I could have used that mindset to go into a pit of despair and realize futility, and I could easily see myself taking away futility from that and going through this experience and being like, what's the point? Like, life is pain and stuff like that. But I didn't, because it completely disagreed with like what I wanted out of life. Like the temporary nature of life really was kind of freeing. It wasn't a bad thought. It wasn't negative at all. It was a good thought. I think it was a good thought, because if everything was temporary, then I only have a limited amount of time to make a difference in the world. I only have a limited amount of time to make a difference in myself. I only have so much time to be the person that I want to be. I only have so much time to do the things that I want to do. I only have so much time to exist. And like the only thing that will be there when I'm gone is what I've left behind. And I want to leave behind the best things that I possibly can. I want to leave behind a trail of people that are inspired by what I did. I want to leave behind the works that I've made. I want to leave behind the inspiration for other people to strive harder than they've ever striven before, and to go farther than they ever thought they could, because I didn't think I could go very far. I thought I'd do well. I thought I'd be like okay. I thought I'd have a good job. I thought I'd make a decent living. I thought I'd be happy. Someday I was gonna meet a good girl, and it was gonna work out. Like, because my dad's life, I looked at his life with the military, and I was like, he had ups and downs, but he made it through. But it wasn't until that moment, the moment that I saw that things were in my control. Not everything. Not everything. Not everything can be in your control. Very little things can. But there were some things that I could control. There were things that I could learn. There were things that I could practice. There were things that I could do. Things that were within my realm of possibility, my potential. The potential that, others saw in me, I never recognized. And it was in that moment that I saw the potential that I had in myself. I recognized that, people had said that I had a good voice for a while, and I was like, maybe I can do something with that, My brother was an artist, and I was like, maybe there's some art potential in me. My inspirations I draw from YouTube, I see that, and I'm like, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do that. And it's just like those simple ideas, that simple change of mindset. Even then, I didn't realize what it was, and I didn't realize where it was going to lead me. All I realized was that, like, maybe I can do something. Maybe I can, I don't know. Maybe I could just show myself that I have some potential, and then I can act upon it, and then I can change my life, and I can improve where I am. And then when it started to actually hit success, then it got to a point where I realized that I could do so much more. I could help people, and I could do charity events, and I could make videos and make people happy. I didn't understand why people got so much joy out of it at first, but the fact that they did was inspiring for me. And I just kept at it, and I kept at it year over year. And it's that same mindset that led me down a few low points in the YouTube career, where I would bemoan the loss of what I had before, and yet it was never going to happen because, like I said, things are out of your control. Those things out of your control. The success that I had led to me having to let go of some things, and those were out of my control. But I can try. And it's like the that's the entire song of my life, is just I'm going to try, and I'm going to try, and I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail a lot, but that's never going to stop me trying. No one's ever going to put me down because no one's ever been through what I've been through. No one knows the pain that I've been through. And no one knows how far I'm willing to go to do what I want to do. And I don't need to prove that to anybody. I don't need to shout that from the mountaintops about how great I am or how strong of will I am. I don't need that, and I don't do that. It's not that that's important. It's just the fact that I try. And that's all I've ever wanted, like, to tell you guys is you can try. And you can go farther than like you've ever seen before. You don't know the potential that you have until you try, until you work yourself to the bones, until you get absolutely crushed by the monumental feeling of failure, until you feel that rock bottom moment. You don't know how far you can go. Because I was nothing, basically. I was nothing. In my eyes, I was nothing. I was just an average, like everybody. Like I had potential, didn't act upon it. I was the sob story of wasted potential, you know. And a lot of people, you know, can relate to that in some way, but I was okay with that. And a lot of people can be okay with that, and that's fine. But if you just take a moment to try, and you take a moment to go just a little bit farther, like absolutely anything's possible. Yeah, no one is ever nothing. I thought I was nothing. I know nothing. Not nothing. No one knows how far you... Oh, the Moana song? Yeah, I like that song. I like that song a lot. Yeah, that was actually... I believe it was written by Alessia Cara. Alessia Cara. What's her name? Alessia Cara? Yeah. Alessia Cara, was that it? Yeah, no, I actually like that song, and I like her version of it better than the actual In Moana movie song. Not that it's bad or anything, but it's just like I like that one better. Yeah, no one's ever nothing. I don't believe that at all. Yeah, Alessia Cara. Yeah. It's a good song. It is. It is a very good song. Anyway, I got off topic. Topic about everything about that. Yeah. So, what was I even talking about? I don't know. I always go off on weird tangents. I've been talking for an hour. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't let me do this stuff. Because I'll never shut up. Yeah. I had a point that I was trying to... I always go off on these rambling tangents, but I had another point besides that. Fuck. Pain. That was it. Jesus Christ. Okay, pain. Yeah. The takeaway besides that was just like pain doesn't define you. It's how you respond to the pain that defines you. It's what you take away from that defines you. It's how you move forward in your life from pain that defines you, whether that's emotional or physical. I don't believe in the benefits of revenge. I don't believe that it leads to anything. I'm a big proponent of forgiveness, and which is odd because I'm a very spiteful person, but not excessively, like just about as much as anybody else. But it's just like pain. It's so easy to lay blame for pain. It's so easy to point fingers when pain happens. It's so easy to point fingers, especially at yourself. Like you can point fingers at yourself for pain, and that's a self-destructive cycle. All of it is. Like it's a self-destructive cycle. It will never get better if you're always seeking a release for anger. You know, if anger is your only release for pain, then anger is all that you'll have. It's like a muscle that you train. You'll only ever have more of what you put out from it. Because psychology, like it's a very tricky business, but also it's a very simple business. Like psychology is what you make of it. Your mental state is your mental state. Like you have more control over it than you think. There are some things that you don't have control over, obviously. Like I'm not saying depression is just something that you can control. I would never say that. But there are like takeaways that you can bring out of it. You can bring out positivity from that. You can bring out a betterment of yourself from that. It doesn't have to lead to anger. It doesn't. You don't even have to be. I'm not even saying you don't even have to be positive about it, because I sure as shit wasn't positive when I was coming out of those surgery. I was fucking angry. I was fucking pissed off, but I wasn't pissed off at any one person. I wasn't pissed off at life. I wasn't pissed off at like things. I was pissed off that I didn't take chances. I was pissed off that I'd gotten to this point without having done anything. I was pissed off because this could have been the end of me. That could have been the end of me. You know, I'm not saying don't come out of pain all smiling like, yes, and more, please. Like, don't do that. That's fucking stupid. Come out of it with a rationalization that you don't need to point fingers. All you need to do is take the steps forward that push you to what you want. Never let anything be taken for granted. Don't let any moment get away from you. Don't let a single second get away from you. You know, it's like I preach this all the time because I'm such a firm believer in it. There's masochistic. There's a lot of people that think I'm masochistic. I honestly am not. It's because I know that I can endure the pain. Like, I can do a ghost pepper because it's no worse than what I've been through. Like, I know it's not going to be that bad. Like, I'd be fine with getting tased, with getting pepper sprayed, because I'm just like, I know I'll get through it. It's a very Steve-O way of thinking about things. Like, Steve-O, I believe, is just like, well, it's going to look good, but, you know, it's going to suck, but probably going to be fine. I wouldn't go through it that far the way that Steve-O does it, but it's like, yeah, I don't take any joy out of pain. I really don't. I absolutely do not take any joy out of pain. But, ow. What was I saying? I got distracted with. I always lose my train of thought. What was I saying? It's what you take away from it. No, I already covered that before the masochist thing. Oh yeah, Steve-O's a little level of crazy. I mean, I'm a little crazy. At least I know I'm crazy. Yeah. No, not pain. 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 Yeah, pain. I forget. I don't care. Whatever. Either way, just don't come out of it with, like, don't come out of it fake. Because even anger can be fake. Like, revenge is just, what does it leave? Like, what does it create? Like, it means nothing. There are certain times when revenge has to be taken, of course. Like, I'm not saying, nothing I ever say is a blanket sweep statement. Everything is contextual. Nothing's black and white. Everything has its cases. But that doesn't mean that, like, generally speaking, my attitude is most always towards revenge. Not important. Like, it's just more important to move forward. Always move forward until you can't move forward anymore. Yeah. Yeah, the whole eye for an eye thing, that's no good for me. Yeah. Anyway, let's get off this topic of pain. Shit. Yeah, let's get off this topic of pain. I want to show you guys something. Do you remember, let me see if I can pull it up here. Do you remember, was it this one? Might have been this one. Yeah, okay. Do you remember this picture? Do you remember this one? Yeah? Well, I recently found all the pictures from this set. I posted a few pictures from this, like, I think maybe like 5 or 6. There's, how many pictures are here? There's 485 pictures in this set. So I kind of want to show you guys, like, some of them. Most of them are just pictures of the same thing, but, you know, they are what they are. So I just want to show you guys some behind-the-scenes stuff. Yeah. So you remember this? You don't remember that one specifically, but some of these, like, I posted like one from each grouping of this. So I want to go back to the beginning. What's the beginning? Is this the beginning? Yeah, I think this is the beginning. This is number 1. Okay. So I want to just go through these because I found them and I'm like, I want to release these to everybody because I'm just like, I'll release all of them because there's some good pictures in here that I didn't post and I'll let people decide what they like. So whatever. So let's just go through this. All right, this is one. Serious. So I was with a photographer, and like, it's the first time that I've ever done like a photo shoot, and I didn't know what to expect of us. So like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. What do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you think I should do? It's like, I don't know. Let's just take some pictures. So it leads to me not knowing what to do. So I just kind of like do whatever comes to mind. Serious modeling, creepy face. Murder eyes, smile, dazed and confused, way too happy about what I'm seeing. Trading that creepiness off to you, like serious, smiley. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Oh God, it's getting worse. Yeah, so we did like a whole bunch of these, and this was like over at the old Maker office. I don't even go down there anymore. I haven't been down there in years, but this was like at the old Maker office. Obviously when I had red hair, so this was like 2016. And yeah, that's the classic picture. That's the one I posted, and that's one I think I like this one the best, but now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. There were some that I didn't post because it was blurry. Like, so there was some blurry ones. There was some ones a little too creepy, a little smiley, a little too sassy, way too sassy. Oh God, too sassy. Let's see. I don't know what's going on with this. Like some kind of hunchback thing going on here. Oh God, it dawns on me. I actually haven't looked through all of these very closely anyway. So if there's some weirdness here, don't blame. Snoot. What's this? There's my acne scars. There's that. There's my old glasses, the ones that broke. Let's see, that's a pimp. The peeper. Let's look closely at that. So can we get any closer here? All right. Okay, just a little bit. All right. We got nose here. Got some... if you look closely, you can see the photographer standing right there in my eyes. There he is. I forget his name. He was a nice guy. Okay, anyway. I'll release these off to you guys. Okay, attempting to intimidate a mouse off screen over here. I was caught peeing and didn't know how to respond. Still peeing. Still don't know how to respond. The glasses fell off naturally. I didn't take them off. Asserting my dominance in peeing. So and then laughing because they lost eye contact first. It was not my fault. They broke eye contact. So I won, obviously. Let's look in that let's look in that beautiful beautiful set of chompers. Okay, well, I guess I'm not gonna get there we go. Let's look at those chompers. Let's see. Let's inspect. How yellow are we doing? Okay, looking pretty good. Looks like I got some food particulates there. A little yellow around here. Not bad, not bad. Okay, pretty good. I think I see a face in there. Eyes, nose. Squidward, is that you? All right, someone's in there. Let's move up here into the snooter. Still got that, whatever that is. Oh, scrunchy. I see. Okay, all right, pretty good. All right, anyway. I think this is the same picture as before, but mirrored. No. God, look at this. Look at this torso. Look at this fucking... Oof, look at that A-frame, whatever. What do they call it? The triangle? I don't know what it is. Haha, I'm blind. Oh, we've changed scenes. Okay, so very creepy, too creepy. Even creepier somehow. It's like less of a creepy smile, but somehow even creepier. It got worse. I don't know why. Hang on, let me see that thumb real quick. What do we got in there? What's going on with this? Something smells wrong here. Look at this pit, the elbow pit. Let's see, look at this. I haven't worn a polo in ages, to be perfectly honest. Is that a pimp on my neck? I haven't worn any sort of a polo in so long. I don't even know where this polo is. I have no idea. Is this a face you can find? Yeah, pretty good. Looks pretty good. Yeah, there's so many of these. Oh, God, I have no eyes. Oh, that's creepy. We're going to have to start speeding through these. So, guys, stop me if you see something you want me to actually focus on, because I'm running out of jokes to actually say. Oh, God, what's wrong with I look like a mannequin that just like a deer in headlights has never been more defined than this one. Seriously, I did not know what to do this whole photo shoot. I had no idea what I was doing in any capacity. So I had a few changes of shirts, so we did like a variety of stuff, and yeah, none of it was good. Very, very little of it was actually any sort of good. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is... It's like I'm trying to do an impression of a troll face. Like, he's just looking at future me. Past me is looking at me like, this asshole! This is what I turned into. You stupid asshole. I'm like, hey, fuck you, man. Oh, you think that you're better than me? I miss old Markiplier. Oh, come on. I made some pretty cool stuff now. No, I want more Happy Wheels. Give me some of that shit. No, come on. It got old. I didn't need to do it. Where's Drunk Minecraft? Oh, you know I can't drink. I can drink, loser. And I'm like, oh, come on now. Okay, anyway, this is getting a little bit insane here. A little insane. Okay. It was like, I suddenly realized that I'm not any better, present or past. And anguish and depression. These are the stages of grief, I think. And there we go. Back to some semblance of normalcy. Boring. Ha 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 ha. Will it keep the zoom in between pictures? God, I hope so. Can I get the zoom, please? Zoom. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Ha 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 ha. Jesus Christ, that's creepy. Ha 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 ha. No, it won't let me. Oh, frick you. Ha ha ha. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I like this one. That's good. You can see my crinkle ear. One of my ears is crinkled like this. The other is not. Oh, God, sassy. Oh, sassier. Oh, too sassy. Nice underwear, me. Wait. What the fuck? What the fuck? I think I'm wearing the exact same pants. What the fuck? I'm wearing the exact same pants. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm wearing the same pants. Shit. Same underwear? Nah, it's different underwear. Nah, it's different. It's different underwear. I shouldn't be shocked that I'm wearing the same pants 2 years later. Is that really that big of a shock? Is anyone actually shocked? My God, he doesn't buy pants. Who knew? Who knew he don't buy pants? That's so funny. All right, yeah, okay. I don't know what. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Well, this is progress pics would be blowing up this. I did this in one breath, and they were very impressed. Everyone was very impressed. And then they clapped. After I got it inflated, they just started clapping nonstop. The president walked in, Obama back when this was, and then he shook my hand, and I was like, thank you, Mr. President, and then he walked out of the room. That's what happened. I was so impressed by that feat. And then I passed out. And then I played some video games or something, I don't know. They had just some knickknacks and toys and shit. I think I posted this one. Maybe that one? I don't know. That one? I like that one better now. Oh, that one's a good one. That's not good. Smiles are not good. Stop! Smiles are bullshit. Oh, God. I don't even know what the fuck. Can I even make that face? What the fuck is... What the fuck is wrong with me? What the fuck is wrong with me? Both making this face and me in the future 2 years later laughing at a face that I made. How narcissistic can I be? I'm laughing at my own face. Alright, whatever. Fuck it. Get out of here. Okay. And depression. There we go. And glasses back on. Concentrating. So. I don't know. I'm really losing it. I'm degrading back into the original Let's Play style of just making grunting noises. I have a banana here. I don't know why. There's just a banana, so I thought it was cool. Obviously, I was right. Of course, it's very cool. Expecting this banana. Was this before or after I made the video? Markiplier stares at a banana for... When was this taken? I actually don't know. Was this before or after the banana video? Was this before? Did this like lead me to inspire to it? It may have been before. I feel like this was before. Why the fuck? This one fucking hair. Just get out of my fucking face. Just fuck. Get out of my face. I swear it was before. I don't know. Maybe the inspiration for it came from here. I have no idea. Anyway, I took a lot of pictures with this banana. I'm not sure why. I don't know what value I thought I was going to have out of these bananas. Oh, yeah. I really like this picture. I don't know. They had a prosthetic hand, and I was just like, what if I put it in my shirt? And the photographer was like, I can't believe I'm glad I'm being paid for this because this guy's fucking insane. And I was like, no, what if I put it in my shirt? That'd be cool. I like this pic. Yeah. I took more, though. Yeah. They get progressively not okay. Yeah. Yeah. I like that one, actually. But the glare on my glasses was a bit high. Oh, that was a good one. Hey, that's a good one. I like that one. I like that one. That's good. That could be a thumbnail right there. I'll probably make that a thumbnail at some point. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why there took so many. I don't know where this thing was. So who knows? God knows where this thing came from, what it's touched previously, how many butts have been grabbed by this hand. Probably not a good idea to put it near my mouth. Okay, here comes some BDSM shit. Yeah, I like it. I don't like it. I kind of like it. Oh, I hate that I like it. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. There's a lot of pictures dedicated to this hand. I don't know why. A light bulb! The fuck was I doing? God, I was reaching for shit. What the fuck? I have a light bulb. What the fuck is this supposed to be? What is this? What is this supposed to be? Some like art piece, like modern art, like it's very intellectual. It's a representation of thought. I don't know. It's a nice picture, but what is it? What the fuck was the point of it? I don't know. What is that one? 207? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, so I'm just gonna release these pictures to everybody. The fuck is this? Why did I take so many pictures with this goddamn light bulb? Even I don't know. Oh, I put it in my mouth. I forgot about that. I put it in my mouth. Why did I put it in my mouth? Why did I put that in my mouth? Here I am. Like, why did I put this in my mouth? Oh, well, whatever. Commit to the bit. Oh, God, I'm smiling. All right. Okay, me. Why? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Nice tum. Okay, and then a chair. Brought in a chair. So just nice chair pics. It must have been! Wait, no, this was before, because this shirt was... No, it's been washed. Okay, maybe it's later. Fuck, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Pick. Swiggity swooty coming for that booty. Oh, yeah, I juggled. I juggled lemons. So I did that. But I realized that juggling doesn't come across on pictures, so what's even the point of juggling? So... Yeah, what was the point? So, what does it even matter? I guess here you can kind of tell, but yeah, it doesn't really translate on images. And there's me dropping. I have two now. I'm just pretending to throw them, not even throwing them. There we go, back to juggling and dropping. Yep. And these ones. I posted one of these. I forget which one. No, I think more of the straight-on ones. These are nice pics. I like these pics. Oh, that one. I posted that. I don't know why I posted that one. I actually don't like that. I like this one. I just like this one because it's like I'm not doing any bullshit nonsense. It's just kind of just a nice picture. I have very few just like nice pictures where I'm not doing some inane bullshit. This one's cool. Yeah, whatever. Okay, now I'm getting bored. I try to do some inane. Here's me doing inane bullshit. Oh, no. Did I post this one? Did I post this one? Oh, these look familiar. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing there. Yeah. Okay. Yawn. I'm pretty bored. This is like 3 hours into the shoot, by the way. So, and I fall asleep. And I'm woken up. This one. No? This one? Did I post that one? That one. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. I had a phase where I bought a bunch of these like sleeveless hoodie tees, and I loved them. I still have some today. I kept losing them. I really liked them. I had a big like sleeveless phase. I still probably do. I don't know. Something about it just I really like. I don't know why I'm screaming at that. Filling it back up. Ew. Is that spit? No, that's just the tab. Then some nice pics. Not knowing what to do. Oh, looking pensively off into the distance. Oh, fuck, I'm so deep and meaningful. God damn, I'm so fucking deep. Fuck, whatever. I think we're almost through. Yeah, no, actually, we have over 100 more to go. Fuck. So many pics got taken. This is why I'm just going to dump the whole thing. Like, there's a lot of pics. This is a very big dump. So I don't know. Is there like a tool that can mass convert them down to like JPEGs? Because these are smaller pictures. Because these are big. These are like, what's the resolution of these? Each of these is about 8 megs. They're 4,000 by 6,000 pixels. So they're big. I want to mash them down a bit, but whatever. I'll get out of this set. What the fuck was I doing? I don't know. Tippy toes, touchy wutchy, stretchy wetchy. I think this was like, I was also in good shape here too because I had been doing like, this is the first time I started doing like insanity stuff and I was climbing all the time. So I was in relatively good shape here and I was like, yeah, let's immortalize it in a picture, I guess. And so we did this fucking photo shoot. Oh, it's fun. I don't have any regrets about doing the photo shoot, by the way. I think it was totally fine. The length of my stretching. Here we go. Progressively worse. Touching the tootsies. Past the tootsies. Reaching farther past. This is what it takes to go even further beyond. Ah! And then I turned Super Saiyan 3. And then I passed out. I almost passed out right there. I got very lightheaded just screaming like that. Cutesy wootsy. How long was I doing this? Is this all it is till the end of it? Oh, that's the last one. That was it. So is this all sitting down? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, whatever. Feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. Goku, he's doing something. Well, Dad, what are you doing? I can't do Gohan. Whoa, Dad, what are you doing? Dad? What the fuck are you doing, Dad? Oh, whatever. Yeah, so that was that. I don't know. I didn't expect that to take as long as it did. I just wanted to show you guys that. No, is that a My Hero Academia reference? Go jump in a hole. Jesus Christ. The fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Dragon Ball Z. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on? Anyway, so that's enough of that. I don't even know why I wanted to show you all this. Just like a little bit of like behind the scenes stuff. Okay, now I have to do, oh shit, I gotta do fast. I haven't been on schedule lately, and it's been this weird thing where I don't exactly know why. Because I have videos to upload, I just haven't released them? I don't know why. They've just been sitting here. I've got 3 weird games. I need to do a thumbnail for 3 weird games. I made one. Let me know if you think this is good. I'll also make another one. I like making thumbnails just because it's fun. I made this one, but it doesn't really pertain to any game that's in there. I just found like, oh wait, no. Wait, is this? The fuck is? Wait. Wait. I don't have good file management. So I don't know. Will I save the stream? I mean, it'll be available for everybody else. Yeah, I don't think. Oh, it just looked oddly familiar, so I wasn't sure if I did this one. No, okay, so I made this one, but it's, I don't know, it's too scary, I guess. So, like this, I made this, and it was just a screenshot from like a Sims glitch, and so I just like cut it out, sharpened it, focused it. So I was like, I could use that one, but maybe not. Yeah. The snoot drooped? Why are you talking about the snoot? The snoot's not drooped. The snoot is fine. So yeah, I made this one, but I think I'm gonna make another one. I often get like caught up in thumbnails. I don't know, I think very hard about thumbnails. Sometimes, yeah. So I have that, but I don't think I'm gonna do that one. So I'm just gonna put that away for now. Let's see if we can make this is going to be for another 3 weird games. Let's see what kind of screenshots we have working with the games itself first. That's usually what I go to first is just like, well, what screenshots are here? What do we have? What even is a part of this? We have this one. We have that one. That's not really, like, I don't really know what to work with on some of these. We have this one, which is fine. This one. That one's a good one. I could probably do something with that one. It's a weird game about toast. It made no sense. Pfft. I wish this one was over here. I could probably Photoshop this into that forehead and use this. I like this, so I could probably do that. Oh, that's a little bizarre. Yeah, this game was fucking weird, hence the weird games. I also had this one because there was a cat game, a really fun cat game afterwards. Yeah, I could do this. That's a really good, that might be a good one because just like the framing of that is pretty nice. So it'd either be the cat one or the spooky toast. Cat one or, I don't know. I like the cat one. The cat one's really cool. What do you guys think? Yeah, toast or cat? Toast or cat? Oh, God, it's pretty split. Let's do a straw poll. Why not both? I don't think thematically it'd work for both. Toast or cat? Toast, cat. Okay. We've got a poll right here. Here's a poll. I put it in the chat. Okay, poll's going in the chat. I'm just spamming it. Now you can see how much of a delay we're working with because you'll see it before I actually say this. Please click on the link, strawpoll.me. Only trust the Markiplier with a check and a yellow box around his name. That's me. If you've got audio lag, I'm not sure why you would. I think everything is hunky-dory right here. Maybe that is it. I forgot I changed to 48,000 hertz recently just to, I was trying another interface and it didn't work out, so I didn't change it back. Maybe that's the issue. I don't think I can change it while I'm streaming. I think that would break everything. Yeah. All right, what's the results say? Cat is winning by about 8%. So it's pretty split, but it seems to be favoring cat. So yeah, let me see. And that doesn't mean that like it's definitely going to be that. I'm just going to see how it looks and then like work from there. So want to see my terrible Photoshop skills? Here we go. This is what I meant by just like my morning work stuff. I got too sidetracked by actually trying to talk about shit. And as much I love talking about shit. I love hearing myself talk. I love the sound of my own voice. But when it comes down to getting work done, it gets to this point where the video is supposed to go up very soon, and yet it don't go up. So why don't it go up? Why don't it? Because I'm a goof. Also, I work in Photoshop completely with the mouse, so I've gotten very good at doing precise controls with the mouse. I'm sure that if I got a stylus, I would be totally fine and better with that, but this is just what I do. I know some people are like, oh, God, trying to do this with a mouse, but I'm so used to it now that it doesn't even bother me. Yeah, I'm not going to get that stagger step. I don't care that much about it. This is such a minute detail that who gives a fuck. This is hard, though, because the auto picker won't get that, so I have to just guesstimate what's the right area there. And this is a nook. There we go. And get these little. Yeah, this is where the stream's gonna get boring. So if you're waiting for something exciting to happen, it might be a little bit. And that's pretty good. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, I still do all my own thumbnails. I edit maybe half of the videos now. Lixian's actually been helping me edit stuff. Lixian, the animator, he's been doing a great job helping me edit some stuff. So if you see like Let's Plays that are more heavily edited with like effects and stuff, that's him working on that. So he's been doing just a real bang up job on that. So everyone give kudos to Lixian. But yeah, I still edit a lot of stuff myself. A lot of the like higher end stuff with like Who Killed or Wilfred Mother Loving Warstash, I still edit. But I still do all of my my own thumbnails and stuff like that. So let's see. Could I make this? See, the problem is he's at an angle, and I'm not sure if just changing up the angle is going to present it right. So a lot of times when I'm running into this problem where he's at an angle and what I want is like only on one side, I can mirror him and try to not mirror the cat because his shoulders look relatively right. It's just his head that's not right. So maybe I could find out some way to mirror that. So let me try to grab his head only, including the beard. There's a lot of points in thumbnails where I've fudged an extraordinary amount of stuff, and I'm actually kind of shocked that it comes out quite nice. Not always, but on occasion. So if any of you are worried about doing thumbnails, just fake it. Totally fake it. I've had to reconstruct entire backgrounds. Like the Cuphead one, I actually had to draw by hand the parts that didn't work well because I combined two different Cuphead things, two different little like promo pictures for Cuphead into something that fit like what I wanted out of the dimensions of, you know, the thing itself. Okay, that shouldn't. No, that's transparent. So why would it be grabbing that? Well, it's not grabbing that. There's nothing over there to grab, so that's fine. Part of the ear. Yeah, this is like the minutia that I go into with thumbnails, and I don't need to do this. I'm not saying like if you want to be a good YouTuber, you got to make thumbnails to this level. You got to be this anal retentive of best. Like, no, some of my best thumbnails are just random bullshit that I throw together in 2 seconds. And this is going to be one of those things. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Okay, so I've got the head. What the fuck? I always do that so I can check, make sure your cut is clean. Like if you got little bits, I'm gonna leave that in there because the base layer. All right. I also, it pisses Amy off so much because I don't do my file management right. I don't do the kinds of things that I should do when it comes to duplicating layers and whatnot. He's not quite right there. He needs to be just a little more out, and even maybe warp him. Yeah. Maybe I could just warp it. I probably could just warp it. That might be better than actually just trying to duplicate it like I'm doing. But I don't know. Let's see how this goes because I went down this road. So just about right there. Okay. Copy. Flippy. How's that look? All right. So we have a small issue where the mustache doesn't line up and the beard doesn't line up. So is this worth cleaning versus what could be just a warp? So I did that work. I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm just going to go here to the original one, and I'm going to see what happens if I just warp it to the point where it looks like he's looking right at it. It's just really hard to get. Nah. Don't like that. That's stupid. Okay, so I'm going back to what I did. Let's see, stick with this one. Yeah, because this one looks like he's looking right at the camera, which is what I like out of a lot of these things. Just like I kind of want this attitude where he's looking right at it. Nope. Is that right? No, that's not right. Okay. So if you want to fix like the line in between, if you do this, it's very simple. You get the Band-Aid tool and just put it to content aware, make it very small. And just kind of like scrub until it looks okay. Yeah, it's too big. Get smaller. Scrub. 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 Sure. No one's going to look that close at the thumbnail. Scrub. Nope. Scrub. Nope. Scrub. Nope. If this doesn't work, stamp. Hit. Small. Soft. Scrub a lubba dubba. And then scrub. Nope. Still doesn't look right. Looks better. Better from a distance. You always got to look like how it looks from a distance than how it looks close. All right. Now we got to fix that beard. All right. I duplicate layers so many times. I really shouldn't, but I do. It's how I preserve like non-destructive edits. All right. Let's see if this will auto fix it. Nah, we just got to clone it. I don't want to get rid of this, so I gotta make this smaller. I really don't want to get rid of that cat either, so I'm just gonna have to make the beard go down farther. Shunk. There, easy peasy, done. Okay, not done obviously because the mustache is still a problem. Let's see. Maybe I could just make the head bigger. All right, so that means I don't have as much to work with. I can just erase where it lines up with the back of the chair. Good enough. That doesn't look too off. That, no. I can see that. That's something that you can like see from a distance. If it's something that you can see from a distance, like it's going to stand out. So clone it down, clone it up. Good enough. Soft. And ta-da, he's looking straight ahead. Seems complicated. It is complicated. Is it worth it? Probably not. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care. It's like making thumbnails is like a psychological trick, right? Because you want to draw people's eyes in to the thumbnail. So a lot of people do it just by making like big flashy colors, arrows and stuff. It naturally leads the eyes in because it's like a better chance that people are going to click on it if like the thumbnail is brighter. I've actually found recently that I like making turn his mustache pink. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't want to do that. I found that like sometimes making like more subtle thumbnails kind of works better because what happens is like it's like a progressive thing. All of YouTube is trying to make the brightest, colorfulest thumbnail so everything is bright and colorful. Therefore, if you make something that's not bright and colorful, very subtle, it will draw people more because it'll be the standout. It'll be the one that's not like the others. Because I mean, humans are naturally drawn towards like colors and stuff and things like that of that nature, but they're also drawn to just plain old differences, like differences in their environment changes, like things that don't look right. It's like, yeah, that sometimes doesn't look right. So why would you? Why would that exist? So then like the eye is drawn more towards it. So it's like play it by ear. It doesn't really matter, but it does matter. So just like try to be cognizant of all the options. Sharpen and level. That's better. I'd probably do this on a darker background, but I'm gonna look up some surreal bullshit. Some kind of weird thing. What represents a weird? If anybody has a weird image that they like, a nice background that's weird. What's weird? Yeah, here's an example of something. I'm not using this in this thumbnail. I have a stock footage subscription that I use to get like a lot of stuff. Yeah. A banana. That doesn't put him in space. None of these games are about space. I do like to keep it a little contextualized to what it is. I don't like doing super unrelated things to the game. That's why, like with this other one, it's weird. It is weird, but also I'm not playing The Sims, and these aren't game glitches. This is just a weird game. So it's like, it's eye-catching, but also like, is it worth it? But this is an example of like a very subtle thing. I'm not going to use this, obviously. But a very subtle thing that is eye-catching. This concept, if you were looking at this as a thumbnail, like without this big blue line in the middle of it, if you're looking at this as a thumbnail, like that's a weird thing. Like it's a little odd. Like what is that? It's so subtle that it's kind of nice. It's nice to see this in the realm of everything else. And like maybe I would desaturate this down a little bit. Maybe I would just cut this down. Like maybe pump up the saturation, lower the vibrance or something like that. Make it more stark. Hit the levels a bit. Like crank that level up. Crank the blacks down. Whites up too high. Like that. You know, kind of like futz with it to mess with it. And like, you know, something like this is kind of nice in a world where everything is absolutely bright and flashing and colorful. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to save this. I'm going to save that. I like that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I do this all the time where I save just random bullshit like this. Thumb door. Yeah, toast texture background. Maybe just the big toast guy. Just like Toast Man behind him. What if it's like one of these? It's too hard to see. Yeah, you got to be careful about muddying up your thumbnail because if it's too much, then the eye just kind of like knows its noise, so it kind of dismisses it. But what if it's like the image of the king on the throne? Nah, see, that just doesn't look right. Nah, it's just messy, just muddy and messy. Like there's potential there. I could see something like with this if it was just like this. That looks cool, But at the same time, I could just find something else that was like this contextually and make that. And also, it's like, it's too much red. Like, there's not enough difference between the background and the foreground. I want something that's kind of like the opposite of this for the background. So whatever like color scheme this is, if you invert it, you can kind of detect the other color scheme, the very opposite color scheme. Although this is kind of cool. I kind of like that. Ooh, that's cool. Blap. Blap. Maybe if I also do this but make the glasses white still, that might be cool. Yeah, let me try it because I like the cat's eyes being just like these horrific thing. Yeah. Oh, word of advice. The reason I shut up there is because when I'm doing stuff like that, I stop breathing. I hold my breath just because it makes it easier. It's like snipers do, but whatever. It's not. Invert. Don't know if I like that as much as I thought I would. Depends on the background. The background's white, so I think that plays against it. Ooh, that's abstract and colorful and big, shiny, and bright, and the exact opposite of what I was talking about, but I kind of like it. Yeah, I have a reference. Oh yeah, I already said that, but I have a subscription to a stock photo site. It's very helpful, like a really helpful thing. This is so bright, but it's kind of in the theme that I've made for the other Weird Games thumbnails. I kind of did this like rainbow gradient, like spiral thing. Then I did it for Puss just recently. I also try to be cognizant of the thumbnails that are on my channel page because I'm like the cat with the glasses. Wait, okay, hang on. Oh, I kind of like your. Nah, but the red eyes on the cat really do. Like, oh man, I'm gonna pump up the glow on that. Yeah, that looks nice. Oh, that looks good. Get some glow. Oh yeah, give me some blood red eyes. What's that? Wait, where? I'm gonna get the red eyes meme. The kind of like that thing. Where's the red eyes? Red eyes. Man, is there like a transparent thing available for that? I found one before, but I don't know where it would be. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Found it. Okay, cool. Easy. Just. I gotta change like the layering on that one. Like, yeah, there we go. Maybe even bigger. Maybe vertically do it. Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. One vertical, one horizontal. Give it really this evil stink eye going on here. Maybe one over. Oh my god. Let me put the other one over there. Nah, it kind of looks stupid now. I hate it. But I like that. That's kind of cool. No one will know what the fuck is going on. Maybe both of them have. There we go. That's the stuff that we needed. Like full blah. Like, where's the Inception horn? Inception button. Here we go. All right, ready? Yeah, zoom out. Yeah. Ah, fuck. Didn't do it. Hang on. I'm gonna try it again. Ah, fuck. All right, just pretend that I did that well. All right, try it one more time. There we go. Got it. Okay, that was worth it. That was totally worth it. Everybody happy that I did that? Yeah, of course you are. All right. So, let's try. What is this one? Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one that I got. Okay. So, now is that too distractingly noiseful? It might be too distracting. I feel like we need something subtler. Yeah, it's too distracting. Way too colorful. What else could we do? Oh, this one's pretty. Oh, this one's pretty. Put that in the video at the end. It's too late. The video's already been made. Oh, what time is it? What time is it? 10:51. Shit, I gotta get this up. Fuck, I'm trying to get back on the 11 a.m. thing. But you know how it be when you hustling as hard as I hustle. Oh, that's kind of cool. Because I wanted something that was warm. Like warmer. some of the details are, it's like too detailed. If I muddy it down a bit, like if I oil paint it or something, like if I heavily oil paint it, it'll muddy it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, now I think we're on to something. Oh, now I think we're on to something. Okay, let me hit the levels. It's too much on the brightness. There we go. It's too whited out. And no, I want to crush those. Okay. No, now it's too bright. No, I like it better when it's just bright like that. So let's just yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Now let's pump up the color on that. Too toasty. Too toasty. Now I'm not liking it. Let me do a radial blur. I'll do this a lot. Like, I'll be like, oh, I like that. Nah, I hate it. Boom. Maybe that needs like something like a glow or something else. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe like an outer glow. Do you love this behind? Oof, God, the blood. I did that for the We Happy Few one. I liked how that turned out, but I don't think it actually. Nah, I hate it. Yeah, I do this all the time. Where I'm just like, maybe no, maybe no, maybe no. I like it. I hate it. Yeah. Drop shadow maybe. Just bevel it. I don't know. Something's not right. Something's not right. Something's not right. Something's off. Something's off. I don't know what it is. Something's off. I don't like it as much as I should like it, you know what I mean? It's not my favorite. It's good. It's not my favorite, though. It's too indistinct. If we're going to do something like this, I feel like we need to have a darker. Maybe darker. Maybe darker is the right way to go. Nah, I just think it's the wrong background. I liked it, but now I don't like it. What else we got? What else we got? How much time I got? You want to know why videos are always late? It's because of this bullshit. I mean, this is kind of what I wanted out of this, right? I wanted just to be able to be like, you know, this is my process. This is what I do. This is how I work. Like, I work on this. I'm working all the time, but, like, just kind of have something to share about it. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, the reason I was trying to do, ooh, that's pretty. Maybe just a completely different color scheme in general. Because what I wanted to do with like the reason this live stream broke originally is because I was trying to put it up like double wide because I wanted to like not only show you guys something, I wanted to like show you the recording process for some games. Like not all games I would record in front of people, but you know it's just like sometimes I do that because I was doing that on Twitch where I'd play games and then I would edit them and put them up on the channel and it would just be like. This is like a normal Let's Play because I treat live streams like I do a Let's Play, so why not? Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, completely different color scheme. That might be better. I don't like the tree there, but I like the color scheme. So what I can do is the same trick I do with a lot of things and just duplicate it, flip it around, and walla walla bing bong, suddenly it's not so bad. Huh, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Let's see. Oh, shit. I should have lowered it before I duplicated the layer because I like it a little lower now. Yeah, I like it a little lower. Okay, take two. Let me get this thing. Lower it. Yeah, I like it lower like that. Okay, right about there. Copy that. Flip that bitch and badooski. Yeah. I mean, the reason I want to show you this stuff is because I like the you know, just because you guys are supporting the channel, I want you guys to feel like you're more involved with stuff and just kind of like feel like you have an influence on what's going on here, and I like that about it. I mean, obviously it's going to lead to some spoilers, but you know, this should feel collaborative in a way. You know, it should feel like there's more to this. I like this because this pink kind of leads into the bois of this. And maybe if I take away the glasses and add the bois to the man here. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Oh, shit. That bois is off. Why is that bois off? I have something in my throat. Ah, what's in my throat? Ugh. Ah, I'm dying. What the hell? Ugh. Something's in my throat. Fuck. What is that? Oh, not those. Fuck you. This one, and not that one either. This one. Ah, pah. Now he looks cross-eyed. I also fiddle with eyes a lot because I'm like, the eyes have to look right, and if they don't look right, then I'm like, well, that's completely off. If they're looking cross-eyed, then it'll come across as looking. Oh yeah. Now we're getting to it. What time is it? Okay, I got 3 minutes to get this up. Okay, fuck. Okay, I gotta make a decision soon. Okay, so I want this. I like this. Let's radial blur it just to see what it looks like. Bwam. Too much. Hate it. Don't want it. Let's look at vibrance. Let's bump up the vibrance of it. Ooh. Yeah, baby. Oh, now we're getting it. Okay, now that feels good. Let's put a drop shadow just to separate it a little bit there. Let's make it a little bigger. Spread it out. Spread that density of it. Oh, yeah, burn that. Oh, yeah. Let me quickly see what the outer glow looked like if it was color burned. That looks pretty good. But I think if I combine that with the... Yes! Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, yeah. Do I like that? Do I like that? Do I actually like that? Or am I just fooling myself? Do I actually like that? I kind of like it, but maybe not as much as I thought I did. Maybe just a light. Nah, because then if it's light, then it's like... Nope. It's distracting. I like this better. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to do is just put a little brightness contrast on him. A bwap, bwap. No, too much. And make him look like that. Too much, but I need something, just a little contrast maybe. Yeah, just a little more contrast. Okay, and boom, we're done. I'm gonna save that, cut the print, save it, put it away, and Weird Games, I have like 1 minute left. I'm fucking stupid. Weird Games number 3, save it, no, 10, go. Shit, out of time. Gotta go, down to the wire. We gotta go. We gotta go, go. We gotta go, go. We gotta go. We gotta go. 2 minutes. We got plenty of time. I haven't done like the metadata or anything like that. I'll link the games after it's been up, so I'm fucking stupid, but whatever, you know, I try my best. I try real hard to be a good YouTuber, and, you know, it's just so hard, you know, just so gosh dang hard. Let's see. What was it like? What do you get when you cross a cat with some toast? Weird Games! God, I hate writing descriptions. Okay, 3 Weird Games, gameplay, what was the name of the games? Oh, fuck me. What was the name of the games? Something was like the contemplation of toast, itch. Oh, God, I'll worry about that later. But the tags, funny moments, weird, bizarre, strange, give me tags. What can I tag this? What can I tag it? I gotta put ads in there. Gotta make that money. Fuck. Shit. Cat toast. That's a bad tag. Fuck. Poop. No. God damn it. Funny. Oh, fucking whatever. Let's play. Sure. Okay. Toast. Sure. Beard man. Beard. Bread. Laser eyes. Beige beard. That's a bad Satanism. No. But I don't want to tag that. That'll be bad. Let's see. Gaming. I guess. Sure. Beard man. Who's searching beard man? No one's doing beard man. Definitely funny. Please watch. Definitely funny. Worth your time. Pain. Comedy. Fucking what? All right, whatever. It's going live. Fuck it. I haven't even done the. It's just. I'm going live. Fuck it. Going end screen. Fuck. Well, it always comes down to this. I always wait till the very last second because I'm like, fuck. I'm racked with indecision right up until the last moment for video stuff like that. I was just like, fuck. Yeah. So it's up. I guess, putting the end screen, annotations, then I gotta look up the names of the games. What was the names of the games? Itch, there we go. Open that. Where is it? Is it open? There we go. Okay, Don't look at the games I'm gonna play. All my boring games. What are the name of those games? What was the name of those games? Ah, fuck. Okay, Dante's Inferno was one of them. Another was Drunken Dad Simulator. That was one. Okay. Drunken Dad Simulator. Could put simulator in the tags, I guess. Simulator game. What was the other one? And then the other one was The Confraternity of Toast. Fucking bizarre. Okay. The Confraternity of Toast. Weird game. Very weird. Bizarre. Didn't make any sense. Okay, now I'm gonna get links to the games. Okay, itch.io. Let's see, Drunken Dad Simulator. Okay, link. God, being a YouTuber is so hard, guys. So hard. Okay, Confraternity. Now I know how to spell confraternity. Well, that's nice. Dante's Inferno. That was a fun game. I liked Dante's Inferno a lot. Okay. All right. And there we go. Now save that. It's still public and it's up there. All right. There we go. Now the video is up. Done. That is the panicked sprint from thumbnail to video release. It's like, that's the reason why I sometimes like have videos and I don't put them up, is because of like, I'm like, I don't want to make a thumbnail, so I guess I'll just wait on that one. But yeah, it's like, I've got a Universe Sandbox episode that's just been uploaded since like a few days ago, many days ago. You got a new vid notification. Yeah, 3 weird games. But it's a good thumbnail, right? It's a good thumbnail. I like that thumbnail a lot. I like that a lot. I'm glad I took the time on that one. Yeah. I like spending time with thumbnails. I think it's really fun. I think it's a very creative process that's like underrated these days. It's just like a lot of people just don't spend a lot of time crafting thumbnails. And I mean, not to say a lot of people do, but it's also like it's so formulaic now, and that's what I don't like. I don't like when things become formulaic, because formulaic just leads down this road where everything becomes expected, and it's like this expected path to success. You do X, Y, Z, and you will get X, Y, Z out of it. And it's like, no, that's fucking stupid and wrong. You can't just copy paste success from one thing to another. That's what a lot of businesses do, especially in this, where it's like it's a creative endeavor. You can't just do that. Like, that's just ridiculous to think that it's all down to a recipe. Like, yeah, there's a reason why it works, but that's not the whole reason. That's half of it. Yeah, so it just pisses me off sometimes. Just the idea of it just pisses me off. Ugh. Yeah. Because it's like, it's not even like me wanting to be like, oh, there's heart and there's art in the process. It's like, no, that's not what it is. Like, of course there's art and there's craft in it, but it's like half of what leads to successful things is being able to adapt to changes. And the people that have to wait for a recipe to come out so that they can follow the recipe are always going to be left behind. Always. You can have a recipe and yeah, sure, it'll work. But then what happens when things change? Oh, I'm reeling. Suddenly I don't know what to do. It's going to take me a few months to catch up. It's like the skill to be able to roll with things change when you need to reevaluate, adapt, flexibility of it. Like, that's what you need to be able to have success. Change. The thing that everybody hates for some reason. I love change. Like, the thing that everybody hates, change is what you need. And I'm not just talking about YouTube. I'm talking about life. Like, you gotta be able to change. You have to. If you're not able to change, you're not able to do anything. If you come down to a road where you don't know where you're going and you haven't built up the skills to be like, I can deduce which way is going to lead to a possible eventuality and roll the dice on a bet, because that's all it comes down to, experimenting and then failing and then learning how to take that chance, then you're not going to get anywhere in life. Like, life is built on trial and error. That's all life is. That's all. Like, humanity has come from millions of years of trial and error. It's just throw as much spaghetti at the wall as you can. Whatever sticks is what sticks. You just go and go and go. And everybody that thinks like, there's a mathematical reason. If it's an algorithm, we can solve it. But it's people watching it. You know, it's people. People change their minds. People change their tastes. People get tired of things. People want more of things. People don't know what they want. You have to be shown something new to decide that you even want that. You gotta change. You gotta try new things. God, don't wait for a guide to tell you what to do. Don't wait for the right moment to tell you what to do something. Just fucking do it and then live with the consequences. Just do it. Do it. Just like there's honest truth to that. Like, don't rush into it blindly. Plan and then do it. Like, go forward with the idea and have faith in your own abilities. Like, that's the only way that you're going to get better, is if you have faith in your abilities, you push forward from that, and you just go and do it. Don't follow a fucking recipe. Like, feel out what feels right and then what feels good. God, some people these days, I expect a lot of these like morning things to, if I do these regularly, these morning things just to be me ranting about stuff, because I'm a small ball of anger. The vast majority of my life, I am just a ball of fucking anger, and it's one of those things where it's just like it makes so much sense to me. It makes so much sense to me. And the worst thing about it is like people that try to break down why I'm successful on YouTube. And it's like, why are you trying to break it down? I'm screaming it at the top of my lungs. It's not a recipe or a formula. You think I give a fuck what I put in the tags? I just asked all of you to shout random words and I tagged them. Like, it's like, God, people think that because I have success, if they like do exactly as I do, then they're gonna have success too. And maybe that'll work. Probably it'll work for a little bit, but it won't last. I've been doing this for 6.5 years, and it's only ever been going up. And I don't want to be like I'm bragging about that, but it's like it works not because I'm focused on making it work. I'm not focused on making it work. I'm not focused on trying to keep it going. That's the last thing on my mind. All I'm trying to do is make new stuff, try new things. Just try new things. Test yourself. See how far you can go. Like, stop worrying about like everything else. Stop. It's so dumb. You just look like a big old asshole. Just do something. Let's stop talking about doing something and do something. Anyway, sorry. I get angry about that. Yeah. Try new things. That's all about it. Yeah. Try new things. Yeah. You think I know what I'm doing? I don't. But I know what I can do. And I know that if I try something new, chances are I'm going to be good at it. And chances are that it's going to be terrible. But don't know until you find out. Don't be afraid of everything. Everyone on the internet wants to see the end product. They want to see the end result. They want to see like the last thing on the road. They want to see like they don't want to see all of the hard work that came in between the things. They don't want to see like the development of it. They don't want to see someone like they want to see the highlight reel. They want to see like the end result. They want to see the competition, you know, like just to make a boxing analogy from like I watched the fight with Ethan and a whole bunch. Ethan Catherine like hosted this fight watching party. And it's just like no one wants to see like the hours of grueling training beforehand because it's boring and it's kind of like inane and it makes you feel bad because it's not fun and it's just like that's the work that is do that it's not glamorous doing this like doing this like this I can make it or doing this I can make it fun and I can make it engaging and I can talk through it and we can have fun together making it, but that like if I did this every day, like people wouldn't want to see it every single day. Some people would. I don't want to discredit you guys, but some people would. But it's like no one wants to see the nitty gritty, and therefore no one realizes that the nitty gritty is done. The nitty gritty is always there. That's the only thing that matters. When I was editing Wilfred Mother Loving Warstash, everyone was like, when I said I was going to get it out and done Sunday on Friendship Day, I had all the footage on Wednesday. I started editing it that night and then Thursday morning, and then I did it every day since. But they said, there's no way you can edit that all in that time. And I was like, I will edit it as fast as I can, and I will not release it if I'm not proud of it, and I will not rush it, but I aim to get it done by Sunday. And you know what I did? I worked every fucking hour of every fucking day on that video because I knew that's what it would take to get that done. You think there's a formula to that? You think there's a formula to be like, okay,
I know that I need to release this on the 5th because as soon as I get it out, that's the best possibility for like what we're doing. I also had a time crunch because I was going on vacation. So I was like, I hope I can get it done or else I'll have to edit in Hawaii. But it's like, there's no recipe to that. There's no recipe that tells you like, if you have footage, edit it in 3 days. There's no recipe. I looked at the situation. I looked at the work that it required. And I knew from my previous experience editing sketches that like, I will have to work on this about how many hours did I work on it? Like 48 hours. This requires about 48 hours of work-ish. So I did that 48 hours in 3 days. That's what I did. That's the time I had. I knew what to do, and I just did that. And I'm not saying like this is a lesson to be learned. Rush all your project. Don't do that. But if you have a situation where you only have this amount of time and you need to get something done, then you should be able to realize that that work needs to be done and you put everything else on the back burner until it's done. The hard work is always there. The hard work is always there. Recognizing the hard work is the most important thing you can do for any sort of success in your life. If you know there's hard work down the road, if you know that the road is long and needs work, recognize that, respect that, and then do it. It sucks. It's awful. It sucks. It's awful. I didn't have fun. I kind of had fun editing the video, but it wasn't like my best choice. Like it wasn't my first choice. I didn't get to go out like anything. I was working. The only breaks I had was for meal and bathroom breaks. Any other time I was sleeping and editing the video. That was it. And I was sleeping only for 6 hours a night, less than that, because I just wanted to edit it. I knew I had to do the work. And if this is anything in your life, if you want to be a great musician, recognize the 10,000 hour rule. That is a real rule. Like 1,000 hours to get good at it, 10,000 hours to master it. If you want to master something, everyone's like, okay, it's going to take you years. And they're right, because if you spread 1 hour every day over a certain amount of time, it's going to take years. Or you can do it more if you put in the hard work. It sucks. It sucks. It really does. And there are points where you have to take breaks. You also have to recognize you can't do it all straight because you need to take breaks for your brain to adapt to the muscle memory, to develop the muscles. You need to give your body time or else you're going to hurt yourself. Recognize that. Recognize the limitations. Recognize the things that are going to get in your way. Recognize the obstacles. See the path. And then don't be intimidated by it. Don't be intimidated by the daunting task of it. If you want to be a voice actor, if you want to be the 10,000, for those of you who don't know, the 10,000 hour rule is if you want to master anything, any human skill, it takes 10,000 hours of practice. To master it, to know it like you know yourself, to know it like you speak English, like to do a different language, 10,000 hours of work. Working hard is better than working smart. There are opportunities where working smart is obviously better, but also recognize that trying to figure out the easy way to do something is taking up time that you would better spend on just doing the thing the way that you're supposed to do it. Like if you find a more efficient route, great. But in some things, there are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts in terms of learning things. You just got to do it. You got to do it. And think about it concentratedly. You can't let anything distract you. Don't be watching YouTube videos or streams working on something and pretend like you're 100% focused on it. You're not. I wasn't listening to anything else. Wasn't playing streams, wasn't playing anything. If you're working on something, give it the respect that it deserves. If you're studying a language, don't be listening to music at the same time. It doesn't work that way. You're not fully concentrated. You're not giving it the time that it deserves. If you're learning a language, if you're doing homework, if you're doing stuff like that. If it's just mundane bullshit work, sure. I listened to music while I was doing the signing because it didn't impede me in any way. But if you need to concentrate on something, focus. Focus on that thing and just go. Like it's so unbelievably simple. Like it's ridiculous that people think that there's any other concept to it. It's if you need to focus, if you need to do the work, just fucking do it. And it pisses me off when people think that there's other ways to go about it. There's not. There never will be. So long as we are humans. And until technology gets to the point where it can supplement that sort of stuff, this is all we got. Flesh and bone. We got hands and a brain. And feet. Maybe some don't have hands, but we got a brain. Got to work that brain. The brain's the source of it all, and it only works in a very specific way. So until we can inject information directly into the brain, we're stuck with this. So get to work. Anyway, sorry, I got mad there. Like I said, I'm just a ball of spite. I I fucking hate people that think there are shortcuts. I hate people that take shortcuts. I almost always try to do things the hard way. Not always, but I try to do things the hard way just because it's a learning experience to do it the hard way. It is not just a learning experience in terms of the tasks that you're doing, but it's a learning experience in terms of understanding yourself, your own limitations, seeing the points at which you get tired, seeing the points at which you can feel like you're losing track of everything. It can get to that point, and it's really, really, honestly frustrating to see because it's lost potential. And now, as a kid, I hated the idea of people expecting things out of me and me having potential. Now I hate people not living up to their potential. Anyway, that's a good point. Anything worth doing is hard work. Yeah. Nothing worth doing was ever easy. My dad taught me that as a kid. Just like never do anything half-ass. Never do anything without having the utmost pride in what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Have pride in it. If you commit to something, like, do it. It's like what Yoda said. Do or don't. Don't try. And that goes against what I said, try new things. Like, try new things, but commit to it. It's just a semantic thing. Like, commit to it. If you're doing something new, commit to it fully. Try it out. Try it, but commit it. Like, just, and to quote Yoda is like stupid knowledge because it's just a movie. But just like, don't do anything half-ass. That's the bottom line. That was my dad's biggest piece of advice to me. Don't ever do anything half-ass. Do it whole ass. Full ass into everything that you ever do. Yeah. How can you find balance? I don't. Whatever. I need a lot less than other people, I think. I don't have needs for as strong needs for relaxation. I don't have strong needs for socializing. I don't have as strong needs for like entertainment. I barely play video games on my own anymore, and like it's not necessarily just because like I was always like this. I got to this point. I love playing video games, and I did before, but I recognize like I've got a lot of work to do, and I've got a limited amount of time to do the work. So I got to do the work. Like, that's just what it is. I'll enjoy myself while I'm doing it, but I'll also enjoy myself after once my work is done. And if my work is never done, then I'm never done. And that's just the long and the short of it. I only got so many years. I don't know how many. Maybe I don't even have a year left. I don't know. Maybe I'll be dead tomorrow. I don't know. So I got to keep working. And I will, and that doesn't mean that you just like work yourself until you like hate life. Like that's not exactly it. You go and you find the balance as you're going. It's the adaptability thing. There's no recipe to it. You feel it out. Like a lot of the things that I've learned, especially recently in the past few years, is just trying to listen to myself. Like understanding where I'm at physically, mentally, understanding like my needs and wants, like the stresses on my life, and figuring out what I need in response to those things. It's an adaptability thing. No one can teach you how to do it. You will have to understand yourself. Like you're the only you that you have. So you got to learn who you are. And I think that's something that a lot of people forget is like you have to learn yourself. You have to learn your natural responses to things. You have to learn your inclinations. And if you have something that you don't like about you, you have to work against that if that is your natural behavior. And it's hard. Like it is really hard, but learning yourself is the best thing that you could ever do. Like learning who you are as a person and learning why you're doing the things that you're doing. Like learning what motivates you. Because I was always the kind of kid that wanted to push myself. It's just like I didn't know that about myself. Like I always wanted to like meet challenges. Like I was competitive. Like I knew that about me, but I just didn't know how to channel it right. And it wasn't until that I decided to try that I just started doing it. You know, it's like when you come down to it, you are just this one person in a big world of a lot of other people, but you're you. And you're the only you that you got. I'm the only me that I've got. At the end of the day, we can only interact with the world around us through external stimuli. We're never directly thinking with another person the way we're thinking in our own head. And until technology gets to the point where we can do that, that's all we got. So learn who you are. Like learn what you can do. Learn your responses and adapt to it. Like I am obviously not an always working automaton. Like yesterday, I kind of took a day off because I went over to Ethan Catherine's with Amy and we watched the fight, and it was a good experience because we were just able to have
like an enjoyable time over this ridiculous spectacle of Logan and KSI beating the shit out of each other and all these other YouTubers. And Scarce, fucking Scarce, hell yeah, Scarce was there. That was the best part of the whole night. Scarce coming out. I heard he lost 100 pounds in 6 months just to be able to be in that boxing ring. He did not do well in terms of punching, but he did well in terms of staying on his feet, taking some hits, really like toughing it out. You know, he lost the fight, but still he won everyone's hearts. Like it was like, yeah, Scarce. Anyway, so it was like I've never said 2 words to him, but it was just, you know, this is so cool to see because when his face comes up and it's like his card comes up with all his stats, we're like, Scarce? Fucking Scares? Like the Scares we know, drama channel Scares, news channel Scares, that Scares? Holy shit! And it's like, that was really cool to see. Yeah. So Scares is the man. That fight with Scares. I don't even know who else was fighting Scares. I don't even care who else was fighting Scares. Scares was the only one that mattered at all. Scares was the hero of the entire night. I hope he gets the most money out of that. I hope he got laid 10,000 times on his way back to wherever he was going, and just like, good man, Scares. Way to go, Scares. Way to go. Anyway, what was I wasn't talking about the fight. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, no, finding balance. Yeah, finding balance is just like it's a game. You just got to figure out the answers as you go along. Find out what you need, listen to yourself, and roll with the punches. Just adapt. If you need a break, recognize that you need a break. It's like what I was saying with music. Like, you can't just work it through 16 hours a day, every day, you know, to get better at guitar. I mean, that'll get you far, but it'll also be detrimental because you'll start to hurt yourself. If you don't listen to your body and the pain that it's feeling, like, and take breaks when you need to, like, you're going to hurt yourself and you're going to be detrimental to your progress. Like, working out especially. Like, if you're trying to bodybuild, you cannot work out 16 hours a day. That is physically impossible. We are not meant to do that. You need to get a lot of sleep, a lot of food. You need to take time to build the muscle because it just takes time. If you want to do that, if you want to get in shape, your cells have to make more mitochondria. That's just the bottom line of it. Your body has to readapt to the position where it can actually like physiologically do all the things that you are asking of it. And you just got to take the time to do that. It is absolutely a time-based thing. So recognize your own self. And that's all it is to it. Yeah. No secrets. No secrets. No shortcuts. No secrets. No nothing. Just do it. Just absolutely do it. Yeah. I mean, you got to figure things out as you go along too, but that is a whole nother story. Anyway, Discord update. Still nothing. I've got nothing on it. I have no news, so there's no news to mention. Let me check right now, but last time I checked, it was nothing. Yep, still says sponsors, still no one's synced, still no one's there. It's got a whole lot of nothing, and I don't know why. So I've been trying to talk with Discord about it, but they haven't gotten back to me. I also need to talk with Streamlabs because something is broken over there with the credits. Mark, do you do procrastination? Oh, yeah, no, everybody procrastinates. Like, I procrastinate, absolutely. I usually procrastinate by doing something else, but it's if I need to do something, like, obviously, like, everybody procrastinates. I am not a robot. I am not perfect. I'm not preaching that I'm perfect. I'm not preaching that I am the ideal human being that is so Uberman and absolutely unable to be affected by stress. Like, I'm still human. I still take breaks. I still procrastinate. And I'm always working towards having a better work ethic. I'm always working towards that ideal. And part of it is like getting back on schedule. It's another thing that I want to do, like getting better about learning Korean. Like that's another thing I want to do, like that sort of thing. Like it's just like it's a daily improvement thing. I want to get better at it. I do. I want to get better. And like it's just a thumbnail procrastination. That's a perfect example. I procrastinate. The videos are done. They're ready to go. They're perfectly watchable. They just don't have a thumbnail, and therefore I don't put it up. So. Uberman, part taxi. That's funny. Do I cope with stress well? Yeah, I think I've got a really good stress like coping mechanism. It's just like I have a very high stress threshold, and when it reaches the threshold, I kind of like break down. But it's I've tried to recognize the need to expend it, like lose it out, and like let it go before it gets to that point. So I like pushing myself. I like moving forward. But yeah, I want to do that. Any tips for losing weight? There's no shortcuts. keep track of your food, exercise, watch what you eat. Dieting is the most important part about losing weight. What you eat is everything that you are. So just recognize that. And I could go into detail about this, but it would exactly like echo what I've said before. It's just like recognize what you need to do. If you need to lose a pound, that's 3,500 calories. 3,500 calories is a lot of work to do. You can't work it all off because you can't exercise all day. You could walk on a treadmill all day. We're built for that. We can walk. But when it comes down to it, it's what you eat. It's all about what you eat. If you're putting in more than you're putting out, like you're going to gain weight. If you're putting in less than you put out, you're going to lose weight. There's some diets like keto that kind of work towards it. But even that, you got to watch what you eat. You got to be very careful about what you eat. So it's just a matter of what you eat. Keto works though. Yeah. Keto is legit, but be careful about your liver. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing keto forever or super heavy keto for long periods of time, but keto does work. Yeah. Because that's just a physiological process that the human body was meant for. We're meant to operate on surviving on fat. We're just not meant to do it forever, but we are meant to do that. Yeah. Keto is it's short for a diet, the ketogenic diet, ketogenesis. It's just basically, long story short, it's your body breaks down fat. So through ketone bodies, and you want to make sure that your body is trained to burn fat better, so you eat pretty much only fat, so your body is turned into a mostly running off of fat. Like that's what you're trying to get your body into, the ketogenic cycle or whatever they call it. I don't know, but it's just like you're trying to burn fat. So ketosis, that's it. That's the thing. Yeah, you're putting your body into ketosis, which just means your body is fat burning. Yeah, keto sucks. I've done it. Like I've done keto. Keto sucks. It's really hard. Like it's hard to keep up because you got to lose all sugar and a lot of carbs, but it works. It works. Yeah, no bread. It is gross. When I was doing keto, I wasn't eating healthy on keto. No, I was eating like cheddar cheese, better cheddar sausages, like salami, bacon every morning, olive oil drenched on everything, butter everywhere. Like it doesn't sound healthy, but that's another whole subject I could rant about. Fats are not inherently unhealthy. The myth that they are is what perpetuated the wave of obesity that rose up in the past 100 years. Thinking that I'm going to get angry and I'm going to get into it. But yeah, fat is not evil. Fat is not bad. Fat is something your body needs. You need fat. Fat's good. Yeah, not all fat's good, but fat's good for the most part. Yeah, but like I'm never going to go into the camp of being like eating cheese, salami, butter, and cheddar sausages is super healthy, because I don't think it was, but I lost weight and it worked. Yeah, I didn't feel good. No, I didn't feel good. No, I didn't feel good at all. But yeah. Oh no, I love fat. I love some good Southern cooking. My dad's meatloaf. I made it the other day. Pam was over. We were talking about the upcoming Darkiplier project, and Pam came over, and it was just like we were just talking about the projects. And I made meatloaf. Like Amy and I and her, we just like ate meatloaf, and it was so good, because it's just like you got to get like, for that meatloaf, the recipe calls for like 70-30 lean to fat ground beef, and that's really hard to find these days. Mostly it's just 80-20. So and at the local grocery store they only have 85-15, which I hate, but I did it with 85-15. So it's 85-15. You put ketchup, mustard, eggs. You get like celery in there. You put onions. You dice up some onions. You put some like diced up bell pepper in there. Oh, you get a big meatloaf. It's just a big wad of meat. It's like 3 pounds of meatloaf, like this big. Oh, and then you pop that in the oven for 45 minutes. You bake that up. While you're doing that, you parboil some potatoes, some carrots. You chop up some onions. You quarter an onion, and you pop that bad boy after 45 minutes. You parboil them, so you drain them before they're fully boiled. You chop up the potatoes. You put the carrots in. You put the onions, and you drench it all in Campbell's tomato soup. 2 cans of it. Campbell's tomato soup, just all over that stuff. And you slap bacon on top of that meatloaf. You put strips of bacon on top of that meatloaf. The fat from the beef, the fat from the bacon.
Oh, it just all combines with the tomato soup. It makes this delicious gravy. It is just mouth-wateringly good. I'm gonna make it tonight. Like I got fucking like and the leftovers are amazing. It is one of the few foods where the leftovers are just as good as if it popped out of the oven. No joke. All you got to do is like put it in a microwave bowl, pop it in the microwave for like a minute, maybe 2, stir it, eat it, salt it. Oh. So good. I'll share that recipe with you guys. I'll share that recipe. It's super good. I've got it written down somewhere. I'll just write it down. But man, that recipe is something beautiful. It's so simple too. It's so simple. Like it's just you just got to pay for the beef. Really, the beef is like the only expensive thing about that. You got to pay for beef. You get some celery, like onion and potatoes, carrots, and bell pepper. Yeah, and that's it. You can get ketchup, mustard, salt, pepper, eggs. Done. Easy. Oh, it's so good. It'll last you days, too. It'll last you days. Oh, fuck. It's so good. It'll feed a family of 4 for 2 days. 2 dinners for a family of 4, I believe. Yeah. It's so good. Yeah. Oh, no, I'll share the recipe. I'll do that later, along with, like, the other pictures that I got over here. Yeah. Try to find grass-fed butter. I never care about that. So long as it's butter, I never get picky. I'm not really picky about this sort of stuff that I put in my body. Yeah, I should be, though. Yeah. It would feed you and you alone. Oh, merch discount. Yeah, I'm going to communicate with the people soon. I'll have it before the end of the month. I will get the merch discount coupon code pretty soon. Yeah. And I should get back to, like, other stuff, but I've been doing this way longer than I thought I would. I'm probably going to stream on Twitch, too, today, just because, like, I'm in a streamy mood. I don't know what I'm going to do on Twitch, but, like, I need to stream on Twitch just because I haven't much this month. But I got to do other work before I do that. So I'm going to go do that. But just thank you guys so much for being like a part of this. Yeah, you're going to get merch discounts. I'm going to put out a coupon code on the community page. I'll try to get that tomorrow. They're closed today, obviously, but you know, I'll get there. And what else was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just like, thank you guys so much for watching this. I'm probably going to cut up some of the bits where I was actually talking into vloggy stuff because I like just rambling. And I don't, you know, I think it's totally fine if I just pull it out of here. So just thank you everybody so much for being here. Thank you for being a member of the channel. And one of the things that you can do to help me out, and you know, I'm always hesitant to ask you guys what to do, but in all honesty, I do appreciate what memberships is allowing me to do. It's allowing me to make other stuff and fund other projects that I really want to make. And it allows me to make content for everybody that I wouldn't ordinarily be able to make. And you guys are everything to think about that. So if you guys can be my diplomats, basically, just the ambassadors of the channel, the goodwill to spread to everybody else, and also just telling people that, like, I'm really trying. Like, I really am. Like, that's what I mean. Like, on the surface, it can seem like I'm not doing much. Like, it can easily seem. It was what I was talking about in the last vlog I did about, like, let's be perfectly honest, because it was one of those juxtapositions where I'm doing so much and yet people don't see that I'm doing so much, but I am, because I'm always doing something. So if you guys can be my ambassadors, like, that would be incredible to me. That would be extremely helpful. And I don't mean like going spreading the word trying to convince people to like be in memberships. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, if you can spread like the idea that memberships are worth it, that's totally fine. But I don't want to like force anyone to feel like they're obligated to be a member of the channel, because that's not what I want to do. But if you can tell them like just what they get out of it. Like, I want to do more of these live streams just where I talk, just because I like talking. I want to just do live streams where I'm working on my usually working stuff. And I want to, like, talk about, like, how to do social media stuff, like, what better approach I could do, like, how can I better handle fan art, like, what people would want. Just, like, I want that input, you know. I want that input from people. And if you can tell people that I want to do these things, and I am doing these things, and I'm providing for my members as well, and I'm providing for everybody else, it's a win-win for everybody across the board. Like, that's really all I want. Like, I want people to understand. And I can say it as much as I can, and I can say it over and over again. But in all honesty, like, it's word of mouth that spreads it. It's you guys talking to everybody else in the community that is the only thing that spreads it. It's you guys spreading the word that, like, this is not something where I'm trying to just, like, be greedy about it. I want to get more for everybody. And I want more people to feel like they're involved directly in the channel. And this is one of the perfect ways that it can work out. Because it's amazing what YouTube has been able to do. It's amazing what YouTube has
been able to allow people to do. It's amazing what YouTube has like become. A lot of people have a lot of negative opinions about YouTube for good and bad reasons. But me personally, like, I have faith that it's still a place where anyone can create whatever they want and they can reach the audience that they really truly appeal to, and the audience that they understand. The people that believe in them and people that believe in what they're saying can be rallied behind and can spread something that's bigger than the sum of their whole. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't just add up to the numbers. It's something more than that. And I see potential in this, and this is new for me too. Like this membership thing, I'm feeling it out, and I'm feeling out the best way to do it. I'm trying to find the balance for it, and I'm trying to explore it. And it's like this is new territory because no one's really doing this. No one is. No, there's no guide for membership. There's no guide on how to do it. But right now, I'm kind of writing the guide for people, and we're paving the path. You took a risk on doing this thing with me to trust me that I was able to navigate this well and make everyone feel like they were well appreciated. And this is new. Like, this is new, but I see like this being a way for creators who like do not have the huge viewer base that allows the ad revenue to roll in, that funds everything they're doing. And this like would allow so many more of the creative people to have a small fan base, but a really fervent fan base. A fan base that truly believes in what they're doing. Like just a few hundred members. Like it's a lot of like what Twitch is doing, but just in a different way on YouTube where the creativity can really, truly bleed through. And I'm not saying Twitch is not creative, but it's different ideals, you know. YouTube's more for polished products, and it's more for like feeling like there's an outlet for these creative endeavors that people can make in video form, of course, and everything has its own meaning. But it's like these creators who didn't have an option to make it their livelihood and to really do it as a job now can have that, and we're paving that path for it. We're making that a reality, because if this lives or dies is whether or not people actually use it and believe in it as a platform and believe in it as something that can actually work. And we're setting the foundation for that. So when I ask you if you can help out and spread like that idea, that's what I mean by it. I don't mean sell this to people. I don't want you to sell this to people. Like, that's not what this is about. I don't want to sell anything to anyone. I want people to feel like this is something good, and this is something that can mean more for everybody who's involved with it. So please just help me spread the word about it. Honestly, truly. Like anything that you can do. Don't be pushy about it. Don't like bash people's door. Don't be a door-to-door salesman about it. But just if someone's curious about it, if someone doesn't know, if someone needs help, someone wants to feel like they're more involved, yeah, go for it. Go for it. Anyway. So that'll be it. I'll end with that. I've talked enough. I got to do more talking over on Twitch. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Oh, the texting thing, I have big plans for that real soon. You'll see. Like I've been working in the background. It's been really tough because when I sent out that text to everybody, it was like, the system's finally working. That text broke this system. So because I sent 2 texts in a row, and that's 500,000 texts that I tried to send, and it just like the whole system just completely fucked up. So I have plans for that though. It's going to be really cool. You'll see that very soon. It's really cool. I'm really excited about this next one. It's not even related to the Markiplier thing, but it's going to be cool. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this, and thank you for letting me ramble on forever and ever, and just thank you for everything you've done. The archive for this will be automatically uploaded. It'll probably take a little bit to process, but it'll be available through the link in the community post. Go to the community tab to see everything that you've missed, if you've missed anything about that. Also go to, I don't know if it's still broken, but TogetherTube, I saw some people watching videos in there. TogetherTube, there's a link down in the community tab as well that goes there, and just check it out. So I'll get out of here. Thank you everybody so much for watching. You take care of yourselves, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye. Oh. The credit thing is still broken. I gotta talk to YouTube about that. Bow.
Wow, wow.